Okay. Oy, oy, oy. How we doing, everybody? Sorry I'm late. Hi, Movie. Hi, Emmy Nerd. How's it going? Oy, oy, oy. I'm tired. Hoping stream will also act as a way for me to actually make progress on my master's applications. Hope. Oh my gosh, working is hard. I feel you and I see you, my friend, because that's a lot. I've been binge watching your stream replays on YouTube. I finally made it to a live. Creatine, welcome. Thanks for watching the replays. Nope, Lou, I'm not. Fucking not. Thank you for the heads up. Hi, Joe. Hi, Link of a Chain. Hi, Colleen. How's everybody doing? I almost said Happy Friday. It is not, in fact, Friday. It's only Wednesday, but for me, it's Friday. Oh, speaking of witches, I'm actually reading Faust now, so I'm all in the spooky mood. Cobblegen love. Hi, Shenanigans. Hi, Liquid Soap. Litterbox Hero. Yes, happy pre-Friday. You are correct. It turns out I still like my tea, even after steeping it for an hour on accident. Oh my god, peppermint tea for an hour? That's intense. I respect that. Big ups. Hi, Laura. I just finished watching the last live in perfect time to catch this one. These have been so amazing while editing and working on books. Thank you. Oh, Laura, I'm so glad. I'm happy I could body double with you. Hi, JMW. Boop, boop, boop. I didn't watch the last episodes till the end because this season just made me so sad. Honestly, Laura, I get that. The season has been kind of a lot. Is that just me? It feels like the season has been especially rancid. I saw a TikTok. I know, kind of. True, Muthi, you're right. I saw a TikTok from somebody talking about how this season, and like past seasons too, really after like season 1, honestly, you can like feel the progression. Hi, Natty, how are you? You can feel the progression of it becoming more and more reality TV and less like a social experiment, which I agree with. We were just talking on Discord about how truly rough this season has been. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone in that because it's really bad. It's really bad and it's just like upsetting. Was it ever a social experiment? I think the first season kind of was, because you can see like the first people or like the first group of people getting like swept up in it, you know? Kyle, I got 3 vaccines today and I'm scared for the next hour. Oh, Kyle. For what it's worth, I got my, oh, Natty, you like your stickers? Oh, good. I'm so glad. I got my flu and my COVID vaccine, at the same time this year and like felt nothing. So I don't know what the third one was that you got, but hopefully that bodes well. I don't know. Maybe you'll be okay. Mine live in my water bottle too, Natty. But yeah, I don't know. I think the first season, like you can see them kind of getting swept up in it and like them actually falling in love with each other. But I think after like the cat was out of the bag about how the whole thing worked, I think you can see people more and more choosing someone that they're just like, I think they maybe think they're in love with them, but a lot of it feels like the desire to be part of the Love is Blind legacy and the whole thing. People want to be famous and especially like wanting their social media to get blown up and all that stuff, you know? Yeah, Natty. I mean, I was like maybe a little more tired than normal, but really I didn't feel anything after getting both my vaccines on the same day. So I don't know. I don't typically have problems with vaccines though, to be fair. Like I'm usually pretty good. The only one that really got my ass was the third COVID. I don't know, it was booster, I think. I don't remember. It was like one of the early COVID ones. Well, it's not early, but like kind of in the middle there. That one kind of got my ass. I was sleepy and felt achy and a little bit like, yeah, maybe it was the booster. You're right, Jesse. I think it was the third booster. That just kind of like pop for like a day or two. But otherwise I felt okay. I wish there was some way to like block the cast members and all their friends on TikTok before season start. Yes, Laura. Me too. Me too. Except for the ones that I like. Then I like watching their TikToks. But otherwise, like, get out of here. Natty, transferring colleges sounds terrible. I briefly considered it in undergrad, and I'm glad that I didn't, because it just seems really hard. Like, there's so much paperwork and a lot of like back and forth. Just yuck. Oh, hi Hunter. Bye Hunter. I hope work goes good. I think I saw somebody earlier say that their meetings got canceled. Is that true? If your meetings got canceled today, then I love that for you, and I'm excited for you. My arthritis flares, so my joints hurt for a few days after. Oh God, Christine, that sounds terrible. The first COVID and the first 2 boosters, I had a hard lump, and I also felt bad. Yeah, that's true. I'm diseased. Honestly, I feel that. I'm watching on the big screen since I'm off duty, and also waiting for the effects of the magic honey to hit my poor overstimulated brain. Okay, honestly, that's kind of fun, Christine. Not the sad or like the tired part, but the magic honey part. That's fun. Just in case you missed the jump scare of Jimmy, I think that's his name. Hold on. Stop. That's a terrible screenshot. Who makes a face like that, though? I had a hard week with my partner of 5.5 years. I thought we might not make it through, but we did. I'm really proud of us. Wow. Michelle, that's a big deal. I hope that you guys are feeling better, but I'm proud of you guys too, for what it's worth. So far, my arms just hurt. That's valid, Kyle. I feel like that's understandable given the trauma that you've survived today. I just realized I forgot to put Netflix full screen. Hi Hattie, how's it going? That's one of the good things about Northern Virginia Community College agreements with 4-year institutions. I don't have to fill out shit. That's really nice, Ulsava. I'm jealous of that. Just for my neurology appointment that's coming up, I have a packet, like a whole packet. They mailed it to me beforehand. And they said, if you don't have this filled out on the day of your appointment in total, then like you get in trouble, like bad things happen. I don't know if they reschedule your appointment or what, but they were emphatic about me filling out the packet beforehand. So hi, Ditsy Pascal. So the kitty on the screen, it's just a recording of my cat Echelon. She's 8, like 8.5. She'll turn 9 at the beginning of next year. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true, because Imogen is turning 10 and Echelon. No, yeah, that is true. Yeah. Echelon will be 9 and Imogen will be 10. How do I bingo? I pinned a comment with a link for the bingo cards, bingo sheets, but you can also type just one person needs to type it, because everyone can use the link, but one person can type !play bingo. And that will give you a link to the sheets also. Danny, thank you for the $2. If you have someone super chats on your bingo card, you can mark that off. And also, Danny, we're not a cult, which I know is a bingo square, and that's fine. If you have, Nikki says we're not a cult on the bingo card, you can also mark that off. A 2-for-1, Danny. Why didn't it scratch the kitty? Did it not? Nightbot might be having a tantrum. Oh, there we go. It might be also, did you type her name right? Echelon. I hope Echelon's command isn't broken. That feels so mean. Oh, there we go. I've been doing overtime for 19 consecutive days, and you're keeping me my last 2 brain cells alive. Oh, at least I'm so glad. I'm sorry you're doing 19 days of freaking overtime, though. Good God. Yeah, if you guys like it here, you can like the stream. It helps. It really does. Hi, Gems. Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a cooldown on the command. Link of a chain. Usually I somehow placebo myself into feeling better straight after I take paracetamol. But for the first time I took it like an hour and a half of pain before I felt the effect. Oh no, I'm sorry. Laura, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. What the hell? Okay, JMW, Always Wandering, Megan, Sadie K, and Neuro Seasoned. Welcome to the channel memberships. Y'all are one of us now, and we're happy to have you. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the Snord Horde. And thank you, Laura. Oh, also, if you have someone donates channel memberships, then you can mark that off your bingo card too. Speaking of which, we are playing bingo again today, as per usual. We are playing for Pack B today. We are, let me see. Do I have any of those stickers on here? I don't think I do. My water bottle is running out of real estate. I might also have to cut some of them off because like this banana peel, she's like having a time. Anyways, Pack B of the stickers is a One of Us sticker. What is the other ones? There's I think it's a Love You the Most. Oh, and the Big Dog sticker. So if you want any of those, yeah, thank you, Lou. Those are the stickers that we have. It's just the emotes that are blown up big enough to be stickers. The One of Us one is all sparkly and it's so cute. And the Echelon one has this like refractory thing on the front. It's like all cute and like looks like icy kind of reflecty things. Very fun. And the Big Dog sticker does in fact glow in the dark, which we love. So I've decided to go sticker free on my newest water bottle because it's dishwasher safe. Ooh, Michelle, bold choice. Do you have a Halloween costume ready if you celebrate? Okay, yes, Mags. Because at Philly Fat Con there's actually a costume contest. Which I don't really care about the contest aspect of it so much as I do wanting to dress up. My bestie and I were going as 2/3 of the Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo. I'm the green one. She's the red one. Thorn, I think, is her name. And the green one is Dusk. I think it's Dusk or Luna, maybe. But I called dibs on the green one because of my hair. So, yeah, exactly. Doop. That's cool. My nephew's dog is going to be 8 on Halloween. Going to get him doggy ice cream. Oh, that's so sweet. I can't remember the last time we got the dogs doggy ice cream. I do remember that they really love it though. We should get them somewhere. Does a certain baby have greener hair today? Maybe. I mean, hair washing day was the other day and the only conditioner I have left is the green one. So every time I get in the shower, I am in fact dyeing my hair, sort of. I ordered some stickers to find out some times. The stickers don't currently have bingos of Love is Blind and Sister Wives Past. I can't wait for them to be here. Wait, what? Oh, from the sticker shop. Got it. Lou, I was like, what? I was thinking in my head, Lou, that you had placed like a wholesale order from sticker app. And I was like, you don't have to do that, dog. Like, I'll just give you some. But thank you for buying stuff from the sticker shop. Yeah, actually, we do have a sticker shop if you don't want to play bingo and you just want the stickers. I think it's this. Oops, I don't need that to be all caps. My God. That should bring up the merch shops. Yep, there it is. Yeah, the sticker shop is the one that says spreadshop.com. I wouldn't mind doing that to cover all the things in your stickers. Lou, that's very sweet. Oh, I love that the Discord chat ends up devolving into pet pics. Boop, 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 boop. Question, does the love square mean on the bingo card? August, good question. A love triangle, obviously is between 3 people. And so a love square is between 4. Like if there are 4 people all involved in a sort of like he likes her, but she likes him, but he likes her, and like that kind of a thing. Love square. We had one in the first couple of episodes. We might have one again after the Pod's reunion party. I'm pretty sure this episode is the Pod's reunion party. I'm not sure though, but I'm pretty sure. It might be the next one, but we'll see. Speaking of which, we're only watching one episode today because you guys got a flight. Well, it's tomorrow morning to be fair, but I'm leaving this evening to go to Phoenix. I have a happy hour today with a big client and I'm nervous. Wish me luck with eye contact and no verbal diarrhea. Michelle, I will be trying to psychically send you all of the best business meeting vibes. Oh my gosh, Natty, I'm so sorry. That's okay. We've all been there. I would say at least most of us have been there. I've been there. That's for sure. How many obnoxious YA love triangles do you think could be solved by healthy conversations about polyamory? All of them. Cobblejen. Or at the very least, just healthy conversations about the love triangle. Like we could just solve the issue so easily. KV, that's so cool. I hope you have safe travels too. Yeah, I'm like looking forward to it, but not at the same time. I feel like the advent of COVID kind of took some of the magic out of traveling for me. I won't lie, because now I spend a lot of the time just stressed about communicable diseases, if you will. It's not a disease, but you know. It's okay. We have one episode because there's new Vox Machina. I know. Nobody spoil it. But I'm so excited. I love the animated series. It's so good. I only made it probably 25% of the way through campaign 1. Probably more than that, like a third of the way through campaign 1. So all of this stuff is new to me. I've never seen the actual campaign play for it, which honestly I think is kind of good. In some ways, I've seen some people be really disappointed, which I understand because you watch the thing for hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 probably hours, and you really fall in love with the characters and like the way that it is. So I'm sure I will feel that way if and when campaign 3 gets animated. But I mean, I don't know. I feel the similar way about The Witcher too, up until they recast Geralt, of course, because I'm not watching that mess now. But I know people were really disappointed with the screen adaptation, and I was like, I've never read the books. I've never even really played the games. So I'm just vibing. I'm just having fun. I'm just watching my silly little fantasy show, and it's really fun. After Love is Blind, we need to start reacting to Degrassi. I know you guys have talked about that. I feel my most fat when I travel. Yes, so that part stresses me out. That too. On the plus side, I'm traveling with my best friend who is also a plus size queen, which is just really like validating. It's nice for us to travel together and not feel like alienated or weird. You know, we're both just like, seatbelt extender, please. Depending on the plane, actually, I feel like the little, like the puddle jumper planes from Tucson to Phoenix, the seatbelts, not good. But the ones out of Phoenix are actually kind of okay for me. It's like we're pushing it, but actually I can usually fly on those without a seatbelt extender. I don't know what this is. So vibes. Also, My Lady Jane is great. Natty, what are you talking about? Oh, yes, Allie, you can generate a card. Thank you for asking. If you have questions about the bingo rules, they should show up on your card when you first make it. But I do also have, if you scroll down on the community tab, there's also a post with the Love is Blind schedule. And then the second image are the bingo rules. So if you have questions, feel free to check that out. If you're in Discord, by the way, I do have the call sheet up, or the call list up in a separate stream room. So if you guys want to check anything that you've missed, you're welcome to do that during the stream. Please don't tag me. And if you can help it, try not to tag the mods because we're kind of short on mods today. So, Danny, you're the best. Thank you. Oh, adaptations. Got it. My brain moves so fast. KVE, thank you for the $2 for Degrassi. Consider that an extra vote towards watching Degrassi. Fair enough. I hear you. Isn't Aaron secretly streaming to compete with Mickey? It's just, oh, it isn't. Yeah, no, it's just iPad baby. I just need a separate account to stream both at the same time. So that's just my iPad logged into Aaron's account. Oh yeah, airplanes have seatbelts. It's actually very important to wear your seatbelt. People get injured and stuff if they're not wearing one. So, if they tell you to wear a seatbelt, you probably should. I'm going into my second hypnotherapy session soon, but I'll hang until then. Okay, thanks, Laura. Any opinions on hypnotherapy from chat are welcome, but my therapist thinks I'm a good candidate, but I don't know much about it. I mean, that's valid. I think it's a personal thing, you know? Thank you, Christine. Hold on, what did I miss? Yes. Yeah, even if the sign is off. It is important. It's a safety thing. Boop, 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 boo. Hold on. I missed something, I feel I missed a chapter, but it's fine. There was one time as a kid, I got away with not wearing my seatbelt on a plane. I felt like such a rebel. I don't take such dangerous risks anymore. Don't worry. Chloe, that's hilarious. And also like such a thing that I would do as a kid. Hi, Britt. Happy to help. Thanks for hanging out. I know. I should really put that on the bingo card. Mickey goes boop, 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 boop. What confuses me is why buses don't have seatbelts. Honestly, link of a chain, me too. I don't get it. Like, if someone has any insight on that, please do feel free to share. I'm honestly unsure if hypnosis would ever work on me. This morning I tried hypnosis ASMR. It didn't work on me. I resonate with that so much, Hattie. I feel like that kind of stuff never helps or works on me, and I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with my brain? Which, I mean, you know, maybe, honestly. I met a patient who refused to wear a seatbelt in a car. At checkpoints, he wouldn't put it on and then take it off once passed. Oh my God, he would put it on. He didn't want to be told what to do, basically. He was in the military for decades. Wild choices, man. That's so weird. Those things are so incongruent, I feel. What the fuck? Well, I don't know. I guess in another way, they kind of do make sense. My dad works in transit. He says it's actually safer. Not sure why. I can ask that answer for you. Ask for that answer and get back to you. Honestly, Britt, yes. I would love that. Pork chops are in the oven, letting y'all know. Ooh, yum. I had barbecue pork mac and cheese before stream started, and it was really good. Highly recommend. Oh, you guys. I am so sleepy. Well, yeah, it is sleepy. I am sleepy. Oh my God, Michelle. That's wild. Do they know that? Like, definitively? Like, did they tell him that? Yes, Christine, EP. The missile is EP. Oh my God. That scared the shit out of me. That's my reminder to clean the litter box that is not going to get done. In fact, I should really reschedule that. I should, but I'm, you know, it's fine. We'll get there someday. Okay. Fatigue is real. Yes. Also, I'm menstruating. I literally started my period this morning, which is so rude. And it's also a super moon. So, RIP. Yes. Estrogen. Thank you. I feel so much better. It does suck ass. When did you take your meds? This morning I did. I take my meds at 7 and 1 and 7 and then as close to 1 as I can get. So it's not quite time. I have 30 minutes here. Why does it always know when you're about to do something that would be the worst? Okay, Christine, thank you. I was literally telling Aaron that this morning. Also, Go Fury, thank you. I saw your comment. It just flew by. I was telling Aaron about that this morning because, like, what the fuck is that? It really feels like it only happens when it's time for me to, like, go travel or do something fun or interesting. And, like, it is the I don't know, the stars, the moon, are they conspiring against me? Excuse. Also, Lou, yes. Yeah, friendly reminder, you guys, if you lose your card, or you can't find it or the link or something, then you can DM a mod, probably Lou. You can either at Lou in Discord or in the YouTube chat and just ask them to help you find it. because having more than one card or playing more than one card actively anyways is against the rules and will get you banned, in fact. So don't do that. Yeah, I feel like I'm being targeted. Oh, your period always hits when you go camping? I would cry. Like full body sobbing in the car. I would cry on the way to camp because that's so unfair. Is the supermoon why I'm having a chronic pain flare up? Honestly, I don't know. I know that people say that, like when it gets cold, that their joints ache more, but I thought that was a myth. I don't know. Maybe the moon actually, you know what? That does make sense because the moon has a gravitational pull on water, and our bodies are made of a lot of water. Is that like enough, do you think? I don't know if that's real or not. Somebody fact check that for me, please. This is another reason why I don't go camping. Katie, that's very fair. You're kind of right on with the logic there anymore. I don't get periods anymore. IUD for life. Okay, but I survived an IUD insertion one time, and I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing it again. It hurts so bad. It was also like just a mess the whole time. Cold messes with tendinitis bad. Okay, yes, that makes sense. I could see that. Another possibility is the human mind just goes a little crazy, seeing that beautiful celestial body fully lit up. Yeah, that's valid. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. I'm sorry, I'm probably making some of you yawn. As someone who lived in Salt Lake City, my bones ached after being in the cold all day. Fair enough. Maybe it is real. Go Fury. I feel like that GIF gets brought up at least once a stream. I accidentally had more than one bingo card today, but I only have one to play. I don't know how to reach out to the mods. That's okay, Sarah. Thanks for letting us know. For future reference, you can just type Lou's name or at and then Lou, and that will let them know. But having two, I know, Katie, we really should put that as a bingo square too. Having two bingo cards and not actively marking on either of them, we understand that that's probably a mistake, but like actively playing, especially like in the 3+ cards range, then like that's a side eye. I know, Litterbox Hero, normalized humane medical treatment for women, literally. Shark Week. That's really funny. How's the no coffee journey? Like ass, Steffi. It's bad, man. It's not my favorite. I prefer caffeine wherever I can get it. Once we get moving, it will be fine. It's like the beginning of stream, especially that my brain is just like not having it. Okay, hold on. Whose puppies were those? I knew they were Scouts. Oh, Scout, your pups are so cute. I love them. I'm playing multiple bingo cards, but I don't ever submit for the stickers. Honestly, fair enough. Because that's really what it means to get banned, is that you just can't win stickers. So if you just want to play bingo just for the fuck of it, then I respect that. How long are you no caffeine? The rest of my life, Allie. In theory. The medication that I'm on that makes the nerve pain in my face go away, it is like the efficacy of it is decreased with caffeine. So I have breakthrough pain a lot more, and that's obviously bad. So I can't drink caffeine. But the real shit of it is that the medication that I'm on that makes my nerve pain go away also makes me fucking exhausted. It makes me so sleepy, and it makes me like dizzy, and it makes my fucking brain stop working. Like I can't think, I can't spell, I can't talk. It's awful. It's like a sick fucking joke. And so I was pounding caffeine to try to deal with the brain fog, and then I started having like a lot of breakthrough pain last week, and I was like, maybe it wasn't last week, the week before, I don't know, but But I was like, that's really weird. What's that about? And then I figured it out. So we are going no caffeine, and I'm just sweepies. Don't know if it's related to your fast twitch muscles or is it strictly nerve related. Yeah, so it's something called trigeminal neuralgia as far as I can tell, because the symptoms are pretty distinctive. Basically what happens is that there is a nerve that starts in the back of your head and it like branches into the front of your face. And that's responsible for the sensation in your face. It like branches off, and that's how you feel things in your face. And it breaks into 3 sections. So there's the top, there's the middle, and then there's the bottom section, and like your mandible basically. And if that nerve gets compressed or like pushed on at the base of your skull, then it starts to misfire, and it does this really awful thing where it makes you feel like your face is being fucking electrocuted. Don't recommend. It's very painful. Like, truly, I want you to know, as a person who lives through chronic pain already, I am in like pain most of the time. And this really took me out for the count. Like, it was something that I've never experienced. It was awful, 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 awful. So, yeah, don't recommend. It feels like your face is being electrocuted, like somebody's stabbing an ice pick in your face. It's okay, August. The medication that I'm on helps a lot. It makes the pain like mostly gone. I still get breakthrough pain sometimes, but like I would say 95% of the time it's better. It's just that now I have brain fog, like I said. So yeah, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, and I don't love it. But I mean, there's nothing to do. Like, the only way that you can like long-term cure it is a craniotomy to the tune of $100,000, which I don't have. So, you know, just take meds and like cross my fingers that they don't wear out. My mother-in-law just had surgery for that and is feeling so much better. She had surgery at Mayo in Arizona. Yeah, I've heard that. Mayo is really hard to fucking get into though. Like, really hard to get into. I'm so glad that your mom is feeling better. That's like such a relief. I can imagine the like not having to be anxious about it anymore would be so like affirming, like such a relief. I have a similar nerve pain condition, not the same one, and treating it is the fucking worst. Sending you love. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, sending you love too. Big hugs if you want them. Yeah. Honestly, Katie, though, sometimes I'm like, no, that's the cost before insurance, but it's variable. It depends whether your insurance will cover it or not, because you need all of this fancy imaging to prove that a craniotomy would actually fix it. And if the imaging is inconclusive or not compelling enough, then insurance can tell you to pound sand. So, yeah. Insurance in the United States is a scam. Fuck private pay health insurance. If anyone is looking for accessible moment, I recommend the Move with Ease. It's in Denver area in Colorado, but the owner does have at least one online course, which is good for just beginning. Oh, Tree, that's so nice. Thank you for the recommendation. I love that. I know, litter box. I know, that's the other thing, is that I'm like, I don't really want my skull drilled open. Thanks. I'm all good on that. Also, I'm vain as fuck and I like my hair. Don't shave it off. Thank you very much. Oh, Wolf Trap, I'm so sorry. That's so sad. I hate that. Sending you and your friend big love. Hold on. I got vestibular migraines that cause vertigo. Oh God. And the vertigo flared up. Any moment my head could trigger a vertigo spell. Jesus. Yeah, Michelle, I can't imagine the anxiety with that. That would be absolutely fucking terrible. That's kind of what I've experienced too, is like the anxiety of like, is it coming back is a little bit much. Oh yes, Laura, good call. Everyone make sure that you're registered to vote in your respective states. And if you are registered, make a plan to go vote. If you're not on the early voters list, first of all, sign up because it's great. But second of all, make sure that you're checking what your local polling stations are. Make sure that you have a plan in case the lines are super long, know where the other ones are. Have like a voting buddy, accountability buddy, especially because PDA and task initiation is really a thing for folks with our specific neurology. So have a plan, talk with your friends, bring snacks and drinks and water, especially if it's somewhere hot. Make sure that you have water and any kind of like assistive mobility devices that you need, because lines get long sometimes. So if you need to bring like a walker or something so that you can sit, please do that. It's very important. Then we have like a plan to make sure that you do get to the polling stations to go vote, because this election is not one to be trifled with. This is not the one. This is not the election to sit out or have like a cavalier sort of like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's not fine. It is not fine. There are so many things in Project 2025 that are very scary. And it's very, very important for us to show up and go vote for your fellow trans lad here who likes having healthcare. Please vote. Yes, August, very much so. Hi, Fabian. We're just fucking off. We're just chit-chatting. I was going to do mail-in, and then I found out they require a photocopy of my What? That is so sus, MCAR. What the hell? Yeah, it's probably a direct byproduct of anti-immigrant and racist rhetoric that's being spread by the Republican Party. PDA because I'm reluctantly voting. Fair enough. I vote in every election. I still checked my registration to ensure that nothing happened. Yay! Brit, yes. Hold on. I missed something. My friend's doing a lot better. Ironically, the disease ended up being a blessing. Oh, that's funny. Okay, honestly though, Wolf Trap, I kind of get that. Still, big love to you both. That's a big trauma to walk through. Trump's tariffs alone would destroy the global economy and ruin millions of lives. Yes, absolutely. Especially because there are tax breaks for the most wealthy, and the highest tax hikes, like tax raises, are for the lowest income folks here in the United States, which is cuckoo bananas time. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's also hateful as fuck. So fucking rude. Yay, Travis. Yes, also, this is your friendly reminder. I know it's drudgery. And I hate it too. I'm going to do it in chunks because I fucking hate filling out paperwork and shit. Don't just have a concept of a plan to vote. Joe Savage. But no, like I said, it's drudgery and I hate it, but local elections matter a lot. So like the judges, and like the local people that are holding local office in your city or your district or your town or your county, those matter so much. Those matter so much. So please be aware. Like, Google those things, check people's records. If people need to get voted the fuck out of office, then vote them out of there. Also, oh my God, Panic Bunny, thank you. 35. I don't know what ZAR is, but thank you for 35 of them. Thank you so much for creating this safe space, sharing some good vibes from 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Well, thank you to all 3 of you, and good luck with your trench coat. Thank you for the 35 some kind of dollaroonies. I appreciate you. I just don't have income. Problem solved. This one simple trick. Accountants hate them. Yes, trans rights, queer rights, women's rights are all on the ballot. Very much so. Your vote very much does matter. Yes, correct. It does. If not for you, for the people that you love, for this community, for the other people that are part of your life or part of your community, it's so important to show up and advocate for yourself and for those people, because it's do or die. Quite literally, it is do or die in this election. This is not one, again, like I said, to take a cavalier attitude and, just like it matters very much. Have my ballot ready to go. Ironically, just waiting for stamps in the mail. Fair enough. Oh, yes. Look out for a ranked choice voting option on your ballot. Yes, please. Yeah, there's a ton of fuckery with denying people's voter registration. Yes, so please check your registration, check your voter registration, and also do a quick Google before you go about what your rights are as a voter in your state and in your county, because there are very much going to be people, maybe, who are doing weird fucky things, especially if you are a black or brown person or you look like an immigrant. It is entirely possible that you will encounter harassment and incorrect information from people who are not polling workers but are pretending to be, or people who are trying to intimidate folks who are trying to vote. So double check your voting rights and what your resources are in case somebody is trying to intimidate you or force you to comply with things that aren't actually a legal requirement to go vote. It's so very important that you know what your rights are, because it is your civil liberty to cast a vote in this country. Yes, don't return your mail ballots in a weird election mailer. Some group is sending fake ballot mailers that go to nonsense addresses, so your ballot will be lost. Like I said, cuckoo bananas. Last election cycle, people were burning ballot boxes, that people were putting out fake ballot boxes. There's all kinds of fucked up shit happening in this country. So, like I said, just be mindful, be careful, do a quick Google about what your rights are, and what your options are locally and statewide. We were close to getting Beto in last time. I know, Joe. I know. I want Ted Cruz out so bad too. Fuck that fucking guy. Ted Cruz can rot and piss alongside fucking Ronald Reagan and the fucking rest of the clowns. Fuck those people. Vote Save America is amazing. Go Google it. Google Vote Save America. Yes. Thank you, Lou. Bless. Vote411.org, vote.gov, votesaveamerica.com. Double check your stuff. It's very important. Trump literally attempted to steal the election. Yeah, that too, by sending fake electors to Arizona to verify a Trump victory. Yeah, there's all kinds of scary things happening. I had a convo with my elderly Baptist neighbor while I'm over here with my Pride and Satanic Temple flag. And man, we had a convo that was basically her telling me how surprised she was how normal I was. And how she respects people's religions and beliefs, as she sent me multiple invitations to a church. Okay. Oh, with an Israel flag on her front lawn and a Trump sticker on her husband's car. Ew. So I educated her about the Satanic Temple, and she and I have very different understandings of respecting people's beliefs. Jesus, Christine, that sounds so stressful. Ronald Reagan died during Pride Month. Yes. Ooh, Texas early voting starts on Monday, y'all. Excuse me, I almost joked on my own spit again. Ted Cruz. I'm not reading that out loud. If someone's prejudiced against me due to their religion, I'd start making arguments against the existence of God. Honestly, valid. That's totally fair, I feel. My boss at the time was super conservative and was so nervous about the election, and I'll take that as a small win. Yes, Joe, love. Oh, yeah, Goat Fury, you're right. There is a bingo square for me not reading something out loud. If you have, Mickey says, I'm not reading that out loud on your bingo card, you can mark that off. Yes, shout out to the polling workers who are going to receive a ton of harassment. And also, just even without the harassment, they're out there for a long time, y'all. Sometimes it's really hot or it's really sunny. There's a lot happening. Shout out to those people for being the facilitators of our our right to vote. It's a big deal. So bless those people. We had record early voting in Georgia. 300,000 votes cast already. Yes. Laura, I really hope that those were all blue votes. Punky, thank you for the 5 memberships. Fluffy Bunny, August, Amy, Ohio, Lovis, Hakala, and Brittany T. Welcome to the McNugs. We're so happy to have you. Thank you, Punk. Sign up for mailing lists from Scientology and Mormon churches. Yeah, they do. That's my favorite sort of petty revenge, when someone's like harassing you. You can sign them up for email from Scientology. But on the flip side, you're potentially accidentally allowing somebody to get indoctrinated into a cult. So proceed with caution. Yes, shout out to Birkenstocks. We love to see it. Also, you can vote in any precinct in Texas for federal races. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Joe, thank you. So yeah, in Texas, you can vote in any precinct for federal races just in case your ID isn't the same county as your voter ID card, which is a huge deal, especially with polling lines getting really long and things like that, and people being turned away from the polls, which also, friendly PSA, they cannot do that to you. If people try to turn you away from the polls or tell you like voting is closed, no. As long as you are in line for the polling station, as long as you are in line to vote, by the time that voting closes, they can't turn you away. That's fucking illegal. Don't let people do that to you. Just got an ad on this live for the United Conservative Party of Canada. Ooh, Natalie, that's so hateful. Yes, hunker down and stay in line. And also, if people are trying to intimidate you to leave, call I think Vote Save America has it, the line to report people, either being, especially if it's the polling workers, report that shit. But if there are just regular people trying to intimidate you, report that because it's illegal. Yes, vote early if you can, because Texas doesn't allow you to edit your voter ID info online. You have to do it through mail or in person. That's so asinine. Literally so dumb. I live in Florida. If I cut off people who didn't have the same belief as me, I'd be talking to fucking no one. Christine, yeah, that's I resonate with that a lot in this state. Although Arizona surprised us a little bit, so I don't know, maybe Arizona is kind of purpley now instead of being violently red. I'm so glad I'm on the mail-in vote list. Oh, me too. It's so nice. Erin and I have our ballots now. We're just going to sit down and Google things. We alternate. So I'm like, you Google that one, I'll Google this one. And then we compare notes. Especially for like the props and all of this stuff. Like there's a lot on the ballot this year. Sign them up for fan fiction sites instead. That's hilarious, Wolftrap. I love that. Colorado mails ballots to everyone? Why is that not a thing? We should be doing that. Apparently Virginia isn't a swing state in federal elections anymore, which is great, except for our horrifying governor. You know, you win some, you lose some, Gems. I am happy that it's not a swing state, though. Wow, that's so cool. Okay. Let's see here. We should probably get going, you guys, because we only have one episode today and I need to go home. I spent all day basically yesterday packing and then going to Target, and then I was like, get home, pack some more, and then I was like, I forgot a bunch of shit, so I had to go back to Target. Packing. It's been quite a time. Yes, don't forget to flip your ballots over. Oh my gosh. Excellent PSA. Double check both sides. Double check that it's all filled in correctly. Make sure you're following the instructions. Fill them. I mean, we're the generation of Scantron tests, so, you know, I don't have to tell you guys, but make sure that your little bubbles are filled in correctly. Yes, always vote on libraries. Libraries are one of our last free community spaces. They're very important. They're one of our last third spaces, and we need to protect them. So, that's been your PSA. On voting, please make sure that you don't leave anything blank. You double check stuff. Do a Google search about judges and local office and all of those things, because they matter so much, especially in a year where we're having a lot of conversations about creating large scale change, and especially like not using government money to fund a genocide, for example. That change starts small. That change starts local. That change starts by making a concerted effort to vote in and vote out people, to make sure that our local offices align with where we're trying to go. Washington is also fully mailed in ballot. Wow, that's wild. I'm so jealous of that. Nugget is dizzy. Yes, also free Palestine. Okay. I'm not looking at the chat anymore. I'm going to get the episode situated. Okay, what in the glamour shots is going on here? Also, hold on. Do I have my headphones on backwards? Is that why these feel weird? No, they're fine, I think. Yeah, no, these are normal. Why do I feel weird in them? Okay. Let me make sure. I feel as though this is gonna not work. Let me see. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna feel loud. When you look at me, you're like,
I think you guys can hear, but I can't hear. And I don't know why. Hold on. Why? Headphones, what are you doing? Discord, can you hear the... Yes, I am on live chat. Thank you, Natalie. Okay, so you guys can hear, but I can't. Why is that? Headphones, what are you doing? Hold on. Please work. There we go. Oh, wow. Volume mixer and everything. Okay. Literally, what the hell? We have a deeper spiritual connection to Love is Blind. That's why. I hate that. What is that about? Okay, hold on. Hold, please. We're just gonna fuck with my headphones real quick, because of course this would happen today. Mercury's not even in Gatorade. What are you doing? Devices? No. It has to be in here. There we go. No, don't remove the device. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to add one of those in there. Hello? Why is it not working? Okay, hold on. Hold, please. I have to plug them in, I guess, because the Bluetooth is just not working. I don't know. Technical difficulty square. If you have the technical difficulties square, you can mark that off on your bingo card. And the Mickey says hello. Yeah, you're right. You can mark that off also. No. There we go. Can you please work now? Please do the thing. Mickey's doing this whole song and dance so we can get bingo. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, totally. That's what I'm doing. Definitely. Why is this not working? The worst part is that normally when this happens, like at home, if my headphones are being weird. Oh. Okay. Okay, why is it wanting to play on the speakers? That is so asinine. I'm gonna throw a tantrum. All right, hold on. Bingo. You did not get bingo already. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're gonna try again, I guess. No, it's still not working. Why are you not playing sound through your head holes? Please work. Please work the way you're meant to. Okay. I am glad that we keep extra headphones here. It almost work better. Make you call something asinine. Rude. So rude. Oh my god, finally. Okay, thank God. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, don't mark the thing until I call it. This is dictatorship. It's not a dictatorship. It is a little. Okay. Mickey says hello. Technical difficulties. What else did I miss? You tried to... Okay, but Joe, I did actually. Okay, it's fine. They're working again. I had to plug it in and unplug it and unplug it and plug it back in. And it's finally working now. So love that for all of us. I know. Thank God. Okay, let me make sure that I can hear. Fuck ass, Love is Blind. Okay, excellent.
You're like, this is it.
Skipping the recap because we already saw all of the bullshit. Okay. Liquid soap. This is not a cult. Okay. So we are watching episode 10. That's the only episode that we are watching today. We will be playing bingo today. If you have questions about the call sheet, you can ask your friends in chat. Please don't tag me. Because it stresses me out and it makes the streams last a really long time. And also, quite honestly, I'd love for this one to be like moving along because I have stuff to do after we're done with this. For those of you in Discord, if you have questions about what you've missed, there is a separate stream happening that is literally called Bingo Call Sheet that you can go check if it's been called or not, because our lovely mods are sharing the call sheet with you in real time, what they've checked and what they didn't. Hi, maybe. No worries. Yeah, exactly, Christine. This is a slip and slide with lube on it today. That's the speed of the stream that we're going for. So let's slippity slide. It is, the timestamp is like 2 minutes, 4 seconds because we skipped the recap. And we will be pressing, oh, good call. We're watching it at 1.25 speed. So if you're watching it at home on your own device because you don't like the overlay, we're watching it at 1.25 speed. So, yes, go Fury. Exactly. That's the energy. Yes, lube. Always lube. Lube is your friend. Lube and sex toys are your teammates, not your enemy. Okay. Anyways, like 1 minute 55-ish. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. No music. Hi, Cassandra. Happy to see you for a live.
2, 1.
Thanks for coming. Okay.
Ring. Who got to pick it out?
Nick
She showed me in the right direction.
Perfect. Great. You guys can like hold hands down here. No, like this.
Okay.
Awesome.
I think my arms are longer than yours.
And then like, let me grab it with this.
Pretty sure you're taller than me right now. Your eyes look so pretty right now. Yeah. You got blocks for me to put in my shoes so I'm taller?
You got confidence, babe.
I do.
Put your hands around her waist if you want.
She taller than me right
Here, watch. It's like you're at prom.
Not on her butt, right?
If you want to, it's your guys' pictures.
No music, thank you. This is JCPenney Family Studio vibes. Do you think Love is Blind paid for this?
So it was cool to get like some cute little engagement pictures. Then we can look back and be like, wow, remember when we were so hot?
Nick, remember when you look good?
Yeah.
Show the kids.
Okay.
All right, I have your guys' photos. Here is yours.
Thank
And
you.
here's yours.
Thank you so much.
Are they
Oh,
separate?
yeah. Wait, you can take this one, I'll take that one. Because
You
I
don't
read.
want like a little...
Well, I read. I want this one for my bookmark. Look at this. You don't read, Nick. You don't need one. Get it framed. Little gold frame.
No,
What is-
these
I don't
these
get
are
it.
Great.
Like, look at
Let me
this.
see.
Oh yeah, if you have no
I chose
music.
the best one.
Look at that.
If
So
you have no
that one's
music
going
on your
the
bingo
right?
card, mark that
Yeah.
off.
Check it. This is right above the toilet. Yep, yep. Because it's the most romantic, right? Mm-hmm. So
And the toilet's the most romantic place in our crib, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we're gonna be in there a lot, so.
That's all okay, thank you. I mean, couples photo shoots are cute. I feel like their energy is just still a little herky-jerky, but to be fair, they've known each other for a grand total of 15 minutes. So that'll do that to you.
What's on your mind?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Nothing.
Are you concerned?
Yeah. It makes me worried that we had one conversation last night that like got you really in your head.
There's just things that we had discussed before in the pods. And last night, it felt like things were like shifted.
Like what specifically?
We were like now switching from like the 3 to 5 that we'd spoken about to like sooner. So I was just kind of like, is there anything else, you know, that's gonna?
I mean, imagine things will change over time.
Yeah, things will change. But like the big things, you know, like the real important things is like really what I'm like really thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's all good. It's going on.
Yeah, this is after the birth control conversation.
Use the bathroom.
You just
She
need a
is
moment.
avoiding him.
Oh, yeah.
And the cameras, probably. Which I don't blame her. Very much boo at Ramses for insinuating that she should go back on birth control,
All right,
even with its adverse effects.
Eggs with some feta, chili crunch.
Okay. I forgot we had grapes in here. Why are you looking at me?
Because you're like terrible at hiding like
I'm
the
not.
fact that you're in your head.
I'm not mad.
I'm not saying mad.
I'm not mad.
Okay. It's a lot. That's a lot. I know.
Well, especially like the sexual stuff. It's like, I do understand like your concern there, and I think they're valid. But it's also at the same time like, I'm clearly sick, I have a severe vitamin D deficiency, and the PMS, and like just the fact that I'm like going back and forth from Baltimore. I feel like shit today. I don't want it to be something where you're like not satisfied because I am a sick person.
I'm willing to like work through these things with you.
Yeah, I just like assumed like if you're sick, like I wish I didn't have to explain why.
I mean, the reason that I like brought it up now is just, you know, like we don't have a lot of time before the wedding, and I'm not saying that that's gonna be like an issue. I don't think it'll be an issue. Like I'll never try to like put you in a place where like you feel forced to do anything. Like I don't need you to like feel the pressure to try to like prove anything or like try to be like.
Before you walk down the aisle, just, are you gonna be expecting to see something?
This part of
Hold on. Couple of things. First and foremost, the like I'm willing to work through those things with you. Like her being sick, you mean? That are y'all not like the most cliche marriage vows are through sickness and through health? I just listen, as a now even more chronically ill person than I ever have been in my life, I just want to put this out there. If you are a person that doesn't feel that you have the bandwidth or the emotional capability to be with a partner who is chronically ill or disabled or just like struggling in some regard, know that about yourself, and please don't involve yourself then with people who are chronically ill or disabled or people that require a lot of support, because it is a chronically ill and or disabled person's worst fucking nightmare to hear from your partner that you're a burden or that they're having to like try really hard to love you because of your sickness. Like that sucks. That shit's really fucking mean. I don't know to what degree Marissa is struggling with something like that, but it sounds like she's kind of going through it, if not chronically, at least just right now. And it's really, really painful to have someone speak to you in this way, especially because this is on the heels of a conversation where he voiced pretty insistently that he did not want to wear condoms because he didn't find it pleasurable. And so therefore she should get on birth control, I think was the insinuation, which is not fair, especially if she's already struggling with feeling shitty, health-wise, to ask her to be put on something that might make her health and her hormones and her cycle all the more intense or, you know, to exacerbate her symptoms. Those two things are not equivalent. Like, I think it's really important to be clear that those two things are not equivalent, right? Everybody has the right to want to enjoy sex and intimacy with their partner, to find that pleasurable. But if your pleasure comes at the cost of your partner's health, then that sucks, you know? And we should really go back to the drawing board and reevaluate, like, what the fuck is that, you know? Hunter, yes. Okay, thank you. Hunter said two things. One, disability is not rare. Being able-bodied is temporary. Most of us will become disabled in some way. Very, very much so. We've talked about this on the channel before. If you're not an advocate for disability rights and accessibility because you're able-bodied, like, think long and hard about that, because you might be able-bodied now, but if you live long enough, you will likely become disabled at some point. So if you're not an advocate for disability rights for your, I don't know, community members and family and friends and just other people, you should at least be one for yourself, because you either die young or live long enough to become disabled. Exactly. It's not a flex to die young. So that you don't become disabled. Also, they met just like 2 days ago. Are there not other ways to develop intimacy with someone besides sex? Very much so. I'm actually making a main channel video about that right now. Because I think it's the greatest, I don't know, misunderstanding that sex equals intimacy. And I think a lot of people, when they're struggling to develop intimacy, will often jump to, okay, well, let's just start fucking, right? And like, surely that will help. And like, sometimes it doesn't. I also want to be clear that even in regard to sexual intimacy, it is entirely possible to enjoy sexual intimacy that doesn't include penetration even, right? And so if Ramses doesn't want to wear a condom, then there are lots of avenues that y'all can explore, including sex toys, including mutual masturbation, including any number of things, right? There are other means of engaging in sexual intimacy that don't include endangering your partner or getting, or putting your partner in a position of risk in regards to pregnancy. So there's lots and lots and lots of options at their disposal. And I can understand that that might not be the ideal for somebody who's used to penetrative intercourse. But I just think it's really important to be clear that while wearing a condom might not be Ramses' his ideal situation, that doesn't entitle him to insist on penetrative intercourse without a condom, because there are lots of other alternatives. And if a condom is a hard line in the sand for him, it's his body, that's his right. I think that's fair. And then we can explore intimacy in other ways, right? That doesn't mean that you get to force your partner to do something with her body that she's uncomfortable with, because it's her body and it's her right to decide what goes in or out of it and what stipulations she applies around how that thing, is involved in penetrative intercourse. Yes, exactly. Why is less pleasurable to him somehow equal or more important than her having horrible side effects? Yeah, no, exactly, Christine. Rhetorical. So tired of it as someone who struggled with vaginismus. Oh, did see Pascal? Yes. We have to fix it because otherwise your sex life will never be the same thing. Like, no. If somebody wants to work through vaginismus in order to experience sexual intimacy in the way that matters to them, that's their own choice, and there are lots of resources again at their disposal. But to insist that like your sex life will never be the same, like, no. There's lots of ways that people engage in sex. Also, too, like, queer people can hear you. Like, queer people with, like, a word, people with all, manner and makeup of genitals have feelings about you insinuating that penetrative intercourse is the only type of real sex. Fuck that attitude. Fuck that shit. Especially because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're gonna move on. Okay. 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Experiment was like really important for me because it's where we like make sure that we actually do have the physical intimacy, that we affection and everything that like I desire in a marriage. And so like
you're having doubts.
It's not so much like doubts. It's a big decision. Like if I get married, like that's it. Like it's like I want you. Like I don't want to like sit here and like go through this again with anyone else. I just want to make sure it's 100. Like.
What a glowing commendation. I don't want to go through this again. Thanks. You want to get married to me because the idea of having to date someone again is more repugnant than having to be partnered with me, I guess. Fucking thanks. One of the many reasons that comprehensive sex ed is crucial. Yes, Britt, absolutely. Okay, 7:33. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Like it's that there's no like, especially something as big as like physical intimacy. Like I just want to make sure that that's right,
It's
not right.
Starting at Cabo, it was great, and then like now obviously we're dealing with a lot, and so like sometimes you just like don't want to be touched or you don't want to be, which is again fine. I just want to make sure that long term that
you're not going to be this way.
Like this.
Be so fucking for real. Okay. Listen, y'all, it's a full moon in Aries. And my ascendant and my moon are in Aries, and I'm feeling violent. I'm feeling, just probably angrier about this than I should. So I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Listen, couple of things. First of all, him talking about physical intimacy being as important as it is. I don't want to shame or judge anybody who finds sexual intimacy, is what he's referring to be an important part of their relationship, because that's totally valid, right? Not to like TMI, but like that's a very important part of my relationship also. I'm not shaming or judging. I don't have any negative attitude about that. And there are so many other aspects to relationships that are equally, if not more, to some people, important in relationships that I would argue are also foundational pieces in order for sexual intimacy to be fulfilling, to be safe, to be arousing, right? And I'd also just like to take this moment and pause and just make clear that this, like, well, he said physical, but sexual intimacy is as important as it is, like, again, asexual people can hear you. Please stop platforming this idea that you are, or that your perspective about sex and intimacy, like it being a big part of relationships, like that's not true. It's not actually a big part of relationships for like a lot of people. This is shitty and fucked up. But besides the fact that there are many other aspects to relationships that are just as important, even if you are a person who is interested in sex, I guess, even putting aside that this is sort of ignoring asexual people, which is fucked up, I'd also like to point out that at many points throughout the lifespan, due to illness, due to disability, due to injury, due to fluctuations in mood, or like well-being, people are going to fall in and out of an interest with physical or sexual intimacy, and that is perfectly fucking normal. If you are a person who will not love your partner if they're not fucking you the way you think they should and as often as you think they should, then you need to think long and hard about why you want to be in a relationship, because your partner is not a human sex toy. Your partner is not a hole for you to fuck. Your partner is a person. Your partner is a human who deserves to be treated with love and compassion and kindness, and also with reverence, right? Your partner is a person that you have chosen to share a big portion of your life with, out of this mutual compassion and desire to experience the things, the many changes that life brings us. This is a person that you have chosen to weather through the difficult things that life brings you. Your partner is someone that should make life easier, that should make life more fun, that should make life more enriching and exciting and valuable and reverent, right? This is a very sacred and important part of your life and your relationship. And if you are willing to treat your partner as less important to you, and as not good to you because they're not having sex with you as often as you think they should, you're a fucking mean person. You're being a mean fucking partner. And I really think that people should think long and hard about where that attitude is coming from, because there's an element of entitlement there that's deeply insidious and also a little bit rapey. Like, I'm just going to say that. Like, I think it's maybe not actively that way, but there is an attitude of entitlement there in this idea that if we're not having sex as often, that like, well, I don't want to say I do to you if our sex life is going to look like this forever. Why? Why is that? Like, I think that question should be put out there, because it's clear that he is uncomfortable saying that out loud. And I think it's because he knows what the implication of this is. And I think he's aware of why this is a problematic thing. And I'm just so offended that he still said it anyways. Like, there's no world where this is an okay or appropriate thing to do. But also, this is mean. This is the thing. Yes, it's giving nice guy, Kiera. You are so right. Join the live at exactly the right time. Hi, Sheena. Hi, bye. I saw you come in also. I think that this is a fallacy that often gets perpetuated in cishet relationships especially, which is that if you're not yelling or you're not screaming, you're not like doing the bah, 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 bah thing, that you're not mean, right? And this is mean. This attitude, this entitlement, this affect is cruel. This is cruel and this is mean. And so just because he's not yelling at her or being verbally abusive to her does not mean that he's not being a really mean fucking partner. This sucks. This fucking sucks. This is a shitty fucking attitude to have. And the expectation that he is going to hold his I do hostage contingent that she promises to have sex with him in the way that he wants, as often as he wants, irrespective of her health issues or her feelings or her desire or her arousal. This is coercive. This is an attempt to coerce her into having sex with him more so that he'll marry her. This is, again, why when we frame sex as a thing that women give and that men take, this is why it leads to things that look an awful lot like rape culture and that are coercive and scary. I also just want to point out, for what it's worth, this is literally the deathbed of sex and arousal, right? Nobody finds it fun or exciting or titillating or interesting to have sex with a partner who treats them this way. This is not giving desire. This is not giving like passion and excitement. This is giving entitlement, and this is giving like, this is your job. This is your chore. Do your due diligence. And like, no. How about no? Because the reality is that if Marissa suffered a life-changing injury tomorrow and spent the rest of her life disabled and unable to move her physical body or to engage in physical or sexual intimacy, he should love her no matter what. He should love her all the more, honestly. He should be willing and happy to participate in the care that she needed because he loves and values her presence in his life regardless of the service that he provides her. She's not a nanny, she's not a sex toy, she's not a mommy, and she's not a caregiver. She's your partner, and you should fucking treat her like one. Ooh, this is gross. Gross. What's wrong with my mic? What? Oh, my meds. Is that what it is? Hold on. What did Aaron text me? Oh, thank you. Video idea. Also, it's time for my meds. What a good time for a break. I don't have the inside connection. You do. That's fair. Okay. Does Ramses have an ex-wife? I saw someone say that earlier, but I thought they were speaking about someone else. I didn't realize Ramses had an ex-wife. Yeah, this counts as a rant. You guys can mark off Mickey has a rant on your bingo card. I can't believe that he would say this out loud on TV. That's hateful. What a fucking misogynistic ass, patriarchal ass, rude ass, mean ass thing to fucking say. I think putting myself in his position, though, if we started off with an amazing physical relationship and then my partner pulling away or withdrawn, I'd feel shut out. Thoughts? Oh, yeah, May Chemicals. Okay, but here's the thing. Oh, yeah, I said misogyny. You can mark off misogyny in your bingo card. Here's the thing, though. I talk to my clients all the time about responding to changes in ourselves or in our relationships. Thank you for the 5 memberships, Punky. For responding to that, like asking ourselves the question, am I responding with curiosity or am I responding with criticism? Because this conversation framed from a different perspective would be actually a very loving and kind thing to do, right? Because if he said, hey, I felt like our sex life in Cabo was great, and now our sex life is really different, like, what's going on? Did I do something? Are you feeling okay? Like, there's a change in our relationship and I'm really not sure what's going on. And so I want to make sure that I'm here for you, right? Clearly there's some kind of like foundational underlying thing that's changed. And so I want to make sure that I'm present. Like, there seems to be something that maybe we're not talking about or that I've missed. So how can I be here for you, right? Please talk to me. I would like to be here for you. That's very different because it's really, really important to honor that, again, sex is often it's not the foundational piece, right? It's like a thing, it's like an offshoot of the foundational piece. And so if we have a disjointedness in our sex life, it's likely due to a crack in the greater foundation. And if he phrased this from a loving and kind way of saying like, hey, there's a crack in our foundational piece, like I'm sussing out that there's a crack here. Did I do that? Did we do that? Maybe we're just like missing each other. I think maybe we should sit down and talk about that. Like, how can we work through that? That's done with love, right? That's treating your partner like a partner. And that oftentimes will make someone open up to you, right? Barring outside circumstances and, dependent obviously on the way that we phrase this and things like that. But I think if he responded with love and said like, hey, I'm noticing that our sex life is like really different, having a suspicion that it has something to do with you feeling like garbage because your health is all cattywampus, like, let me support you. Let me be here for you, man. Like, let me help you. Like, can I make you tea? Can I take stuff off your plate? Do you just want a hug, right? All of those things are part of intimacy, but not part of sex. Oftentimes, if sex is important in the relationship, that will eventually culminate in sex later once we've resolved whatever the core issue is and if we're feeling like a desire to be close in that way. But just insisting, you need to push past this, push past this and give me sex. We're putting the cart before the horse. I wouldn't sell incel, but definitely incel vibes. Do we think this is incel behavior? I don't think it's incel behavior. I think he's just selfish. I think this is like misogynistic. We've talked about this before. I think incel and misogynist are like a Venn diagram, but incel is sort of its own like distinct concept, I mean, he's complaining about involuntary celibacy. Yeah, I know, Christine, you're right. This is literally involuntary. So, okay, all right. Yeah, I already said misogyny. So if you have that, but also if you have incel behavior on your bingo card, you can mark that off. It is kind of incel. You're right. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Let's keep going. 8 minutes and like 8 minutes even. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I feel like I've been very affectionate with you. There's been like just maybe 3 times where I'm like, lay off on petting me or whatever. Like, I call it petting because that's what it feels like at times. Like, it's just overstimulating. Like,
and I get it. Like, that's fine, babe. Like,
but it's not fine because you're saying it's not fine.
It's not. I'm saying it's not fine. I'm just saying it's like long term. Like if that would be an issue for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do.
Okay,
and I feel like I've been affectionate with you, so it's like.
Yeah, no, you have been affectionate with me. Like, I'm not saying you haven't.
Yeah,
like,
issue for
when
me.
I do get affectionate, and
not
like,
us.
There's like a no or like.
Do you feel rejected when I do that?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But
So
again,
say
like, I
that.
would be respectful of you and like where you're at. Like, if that's not something that you want, or like I don't want to come off as if I'm just trying to have sex. Like, I love you, I care about you, and like I want you, but I'm just like these are like, it's a big decision.
Okay.
Such a big decision that sex is a primary part of it, apparently.
I'm sorry, I know, like, if you, like, I don't know.
So I'd like to cap off this conversation by doing the, well, can I get a hug, sir?
Like, I want you.
He said I still
want
to marry you.
Like, clear,
Did you know, like, men always, like, there's like a high percentage of men when their wives get cancer, they cheat on them?
Your health becomes an issue that I'm gonna like.
Apparently that's a myth,
like,
by the
that's gonna be
way.
an issue for you. And not even that extreme, like postpartum when you have kids, like there's periods before you have the kid, like you're not want to be affectionate. Maybe after you have a kid, like this is probably gonna come up multiple times in our relationship. Is this gonna be an issue for you?
That's a fair question. Yeah.
Like that's
a big thing. Yeah.
All right.
The fact that wasn't an immediate no, of course not, is such a red flag. This is not resolved, yes. But also, yeah, she basically voiced what we just talked about, is that there are going to be several periods in their life, like, for example, right after they have a child, because regardless of whether you birth a child vaginally or you birth a child through C-section, there's a good period of time where you are first of all, medically not cleared, but second of all, not in a place to want to have sex. Not even touching on the fact that having a newborn will really do a number on anybody's ability to experience a sex drive because, like, of having a newborn. And he was just like, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, he gave her the keep being curious, keep asking questions, Zoom meeting that you're not prepared for answer to a question that should be a softball. Excuse? I don't understand. When I had newborns, sleep was my favorite activity when there was free time. I think you're probably in good company there. Yeah, 6 weeks minimum physically, let alone mentally. I mean, and that's in best case circumstances, right? That's not for having a complicated or traumatic birth. That's not for having a child who is born early or born with complications or has, a NICU stay or needs medical treatment. That's best case scenario. We're looking at minimum 6 weeks only physically. And his answer to that was, yeah, good question. I know, good question. Doesn't answer it. Oy. Okay. 10 minutes even. Pressing play. 3, 2, 1.
It's fine.
It's not fine. She's not happy. He said, let me pet you some more, even though you just told me that you don't like it. Okay, with the music. This is...
I can't control my body.
I'm not expecting you to like change or like try to control anything. Like I just want to have like an idea of just like, yeah, what our future's gonna look like.
I'm just scared you're just not gonna want to see this through because you're worried about like.
So he just kissed her. He's hanging off of her and kissing her.
I'm not like on the ledge right now, like ready to like jump ship, you know? Like I'm still like I want to marry you, like I still want to be with you, like I still imagine my future with you, you know?
She's trying real hard to get away from that man.
Okay.
She's leaning away. She's pulling away. And he is not getting the memo. Oh, great.
Hey.
So this is my fiance, Alex.
How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. To meet you as
Okay, I thought they were going to play more sad music, and I was like, oh, no.
Okay, so this is Alex, my fiance.
Beautiful lady, beautiful lady.
Thank you.
So you know we call him Drake, right?
Yes, you told me that.
And when people say Tim, I always go, I'm thinking of him. When they say Tim, I'm like, what? Yeah, because that's Tim. His name wasn't supposed to be Tim, but whatever. We're not going to.
Hold on, pause. If you have a fight that doesn't resolve or like resolves with nothing or something, you can mark that on your bingo card. The couple that we just watched was Marissa and Ramses, which is disappointing. His parents get the Love is Blind cups. I know. I feel like Leo was worse. Oh, Leo was definitely worse. But Leo was worse in the like intensity and frequency, but I feel like the betrayal of this would feel really bad. That you had more time under your belt, right? Like they went through the whole honeymoon and they've been home for a minute, and the feeling of betrayal of your partner, like in theory having some, skin in the game in regards to your relationship, but still disregarding your needs and wants would feel really, really bad. No, I don't think she's being passive aggressive. The mom was just saying that like the name they call him is not what other people call him, because I guess Tim is a junior. I didn't know that. And they probably have like a nickname for him that's something else just to differentiate between the two of them. So when people call her son Tim, she thinks they mean her husband. Yeah, TJ, I think. I thought I heard Trey, but I think TJ is probably a better bet. I'm always so confused, parents calling their kids or their child by a different name than their child is calling themselves. Like, why? I think it's a cultural thing, Carolina. I know that happened a lot in my family, too, growing up. I don't know if it's just like it might be a cultural thing, too, of like when there are juniors in the family, it is common to differentiate them. But, yeah, I don't know. I may fall asleep during stream, so if I accidentally type crazy characters, I'm sleeping. Natty, no worries. Okay, 11:48-ish. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Go there. I really do like the idea of the experiment, the pods, and I won't just say because he's my kid.
Hi, Samantha.
But Drake he's really an awesome person. He's a good person.
Drake.
The very fact that he opened up and was able to talk.
Must be his middle name.
He's very vulnerable.
Sometimes to me, Drake's vulnerabilities can come out as almost like a separation type of thing. Have you seen that in him at all? You have? Okay. He definitely gets that trait from me. Don't you feel like that? Don't you feel like I get like that?
What does that mean?
Yes.
And was that hard for you to kind of get used to?
I'll admit, yeah.
How do you handle that?
So I will say it has been a little bit challenging, but I just give him the time and the space that he needs, and when he's ready to come back.
And I'll tell you, that part of it, as far as him separating and needing his space, that's just him. My husband and I have been married coming up on 40 years, and we are totally different people. You can probably just tell that just from sitting here for 5 minutes how different we are.
Yeah.
But love makes it work if you are willing to give and take.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you feel like you would have to give up in order to be married at all?
I don't really see anything that I would really be giving up besides my single life.
We are very serious when it comes to marriage. We want whoever Drake marries to feel that way as well.
I don't want you to think I am taking this lightly. We don't believe in divorce. I even said to Tim or Drake that I understand you're proposing to me, but I'm not even going to tell my father until you ask for my hand, because I can't take that away from him. And if I don't have his blessing, I cannot.
Okay, couple of things. Yeah, the I don't believe in divorce thing as if it's a fictional character. Like, it does exist. Aaron and I have talked about this on the pod, which we took a break from, by the way, for this month, but it's coming back. Believing in divorce is, I feel like people often conflate the concept of like normalizing and understanding that divorce is a thing that does happen in marriage sometimes with being like rah divorce, and that's not the same, right? We've talked about it before on the pod as similar to the concept that like I believe an emergency exit exists, right? I don't anticipate that I'm going to use it necessarily, but for everyone's safety, it's important that it is there. Divorce is a very similar concept in my mind. It's really not that controversial or inflammatory, I believe, for divorce to be a thing that we're normalizing as like a thing that just happens sometimes. Yes, also, Lexi, that divorce is a lifesaver, and also that divorce is sometimes the means through which people are able to become healthy and safe co-parents for their children. There's lots and lots of reasons that we should normalize divorce existing as an okay thing that we don't have to like, you know, freak out about and shame and judge people. I don't think anybody gets married under the illusion that we're going to get divorced one day. Or the belief anyways that like we'll get divorced one day, but it is a thing that happens still. Yes, exactly. I removed the airbags from my car. I don't believe in them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm a good driver, so I would never need them. That's why they're called accidents, babe. Like, they happen sometimes when you least expect it in ways that would shock you and surprise you. Sometimes people get divorced for all types of reasons. And also, just because you believe that your marriage is going to go the distance or your relationship's going to go the distance doesn't mean that you can account for everyone's behavior, right? Ask your friend Monica about that. I think she probably went into their relationship under the belief and the expectation that that relationship would go the distance. And lo and behold, she didn't do anything wrong. Nothing that she did caused the dissolution of her relationship, right? And Alex too. Both of those women did not do anything wrong, and yet here they find themselves in the middle of a relationship that is dissolving through no fault of their own. And if we did the "we don't believe in divorce" thing, then both of those women would be forced to be married to philanderers who are liars who lie. That's not fair. Besides, it's just... Ugh. I just had a convo with my dad today about getting divorced. He's not perfect in his delivery, but he's surprisingly supportive. Wow. Okay, Layla, that's really exciting. You know who else didn't believe in divorce? Cody's wives. I mean, look how well that turned out. Yes, exactly, Fabian. No one has that much control over what happens in life. Ugh. Okay. 13 minutes and 43 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Ashley. No, you're right. Sorry. Just kidding. It's Ashley. Okay. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Not go through with this.
For us, we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it was, how we processed it differently, the ability to respect his viewpoint and for him to respect my viewpoint is what kept us and keeps us together, I think.
I know your family has been through a lot. I really honor your marriage and your relationship. My dad and my stepmom had been married for 25 years, and I know that marriage isn't easy. I just want to make sure I have like that
Are they
solid
happy?
partner, teammate that really isn't gonna, fold on any type of situation. I always can depend on them, even if I'm really annoying him or vice versa, or we're just not seeing eye to eye. Like, that's still my husband. I still respect him, and I'm never gonna turn my back on him.
Divorced because
When
someone
I say for
annoys
better
them
divorce, I mean that
temporarily.
in all aspects.
If he can be your best friend, you laugh more than you don't, then you're winning.
Yeah.
That's a win right there.
All right, Mom and Dad, you want to sit outside for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, get some fresh air. We'll be outside.
I think she's a nice young lady that I think you could spend your life with. What I see is, beautiful person.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Inside and out. And you truly felt that before you met her in person?
Yeah. We did bond on so much of the deeper stuff. She is my first ever fiance for a reason, but I don't think we're always in sync when it comes to some of the lighter things and how we joke around. And I'm not physically affectionate. Do not touch me. That's just how I am, but that's something that she wants all the time. But if we just got in an argument, I'm not going to cuddle.
I don't know exactly what we're talking about, but when you are in a relationship, a marriage, you kind of have to be open to what hurts your partner.
Yeah. I get it.
There's no one perfect. You're never going to find perfection. When you talked to her in the pods and you got down on your knee, you were sure, you were there. I can't say enough. It doesn't matter how long you've known somebody. You're still going to have to go through some drama. That's just a part of the process of becoming one. It's not easy to become one with two minds.
Sure ain't.
You agree?
Yes.
I do feel like you're ready for marriage. I do feel like you're ready for family.
Okay.
And if you and Alex become a family, you're both our family. And you both have all of our support.
Thank you.
I trust your instincts and I trust your heart and I trust your mind. So tell us where to be.
Don't be late.
I like how you looked at him when you said that.
Yeah, I just don't agree with the we've been married for X amount of years without any reference to whether or not the relationship's healthy or happy. Because I think that matters more than the number of years. Oh God, here we go. This is Ashley and Tyler now. Okay, I guess we're just not saying anything. He's just sitting on his phone on the couch. This was exactly where they were the last time we saw them, so...
When I say that something is our superpower, I'm not being corny. We're just really fucking good at communicating.
Poor puppy.
What you crying about?
She's sad.
She's sad.
She didn't lay on the couch with me all day.
I don't hate you, I'm just disappointed in you.
Yeah.
And I am trying to navigate a million emotions at once.
Yeah, we are. 1.25.
I'm not taking it lightly that even that you're here talking. Because you didn't have to come back. You didn't have to talk.
It says a lot about how I feel about you and us.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would do this in any other scenario.
Ma'am.
I do want to give myself time. And the first step starts with knowing more about that dynamic.
Yeah.
I had a very close friend. Her and her wife wanted to have a baby, and they couldn't afford a sperm donor. I thought that was God telling me, help someone else, and it felt good.
Do the kids know what you look like?
I don't think so.
Okay, so listen, there's a couple of things. In a world where AI exists, it's entirely possible that these images were fabricated. And there have been quite a few Facebook posts and photos and text messages that have been leaked on social media. I do try to avoid spoilers, I really do. But a lot of them showed up on my TikTok feed, and because I already knew that this was a shit show, I looked at some of them. There are photos of this man at the pumpkin patch with his kids. Photos of him dressing up with his kids for Halloween, doing matching pajamas for Christmas morning presents opening with these children, and him talking about being a great dad, or I think it was, somebody else who posted like what a great dad he is or whatever. No. Yeah, he paints this as though he like left a sperm donation in a cup at a fertility clinic, and his friend used his sperm as a means of inseminating partner A or partner B or whoever to get pregnant and have kids that he's not involved with. Not the situation. It seems like the children call him dad. He's been referenced as like dad in a lot of these social media posts. And like I said, it's entirely possible that these have been fabricated, right? To some degree anyways. But I find it hard to believe that all of them, especially because the timestamps on them, and that these were posts that were deleted from his social media and his mother's social media right before he applied to Love is Blind. So it seems as though he tried to scrub the proof. Yes, 3 children. Scrub the proof of these children from his social media before he applied, which is really, really damning in my opinion. A best dad t-shirt? Oh no. Yeah, it's not only not anonymous, but he's legally connected to the children. Like he is their dad. So this is not a like him saying, "Oh, I don't think they know what I look like." Lie. lie. Even if the rest of it weren't true, the fact that he's sitting here lying to her when there's photographic evidence of him hanging out with these kids and they clearly know what he looks like, why would he lie about that then if the rest of it were, fake and not true? Do We Know Them just did an episode on a man who is claiming the same thing, just donating sperm, and it's very similar to this man where he's actively involved in the kiddo's life. It's wild. That's maybe a thing. I can't imagine trying to pass that off. It's like, no, I'm just a sperm donor. Never mind. Actually, I'm wearing a best dad t-shirt and opening presents with them on Christmas morning. Hello. Yes, this is lying / revisionist history. So if you have that on your bingo card, you can mark that off. This is really something. Oh yeah, Lou, Allie Rose lost her card. Do you mind helping her find it? I know, she's gonna find out. Why would you keep lying about it? Exactly. This is an excellent question, Alexandra. And I wish somebody would have asked this man before he kept lying. Okay. 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Well, I guess the only thing we can do is take it hour by hour.
So we'll try.
What?
Yeah.
No. Oh?
Yeah, we'll go give it a try. I still don't know how I feel about it, but
Yeah, no. That's why I said just try. I'm not asking you to accept. If you stay here, I'll sleep out here.
This is so very much.
And I'll give you the space that you need.
Like a couple that should obviously break up.
It's not going to happen. I'm okay with that. You can wake up the day of the wedding and feel like, I'm not doing this.
Or I could walk down the aisle and think that.
Whatever it is, if it's not yes, I can't be upset. Because I know we tried. I know you tried because I know this is like a whole lot for you.
I guess it's too late to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. If you have a couple should obviously break up on your bingo card.
This feels like we've been
Mark
together
that
forever.
off.
Forever.
I'm scared now.
What are you scared of?
This not working.
I don't want to say goodbye.
No, with the music, Netflix.
This isn't it. This is it.
Tell me what it what I put. I just want to let.
Okay, I think that's it. This is the most disappointing. Like, they should not be together. Like, at all. Okay, Garrett and Taylor now. Let's see what's happening.
Hey guys,
here.
Garrett and Taylor.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's so nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Go ahead and get settled and we'll get started.
Sure.
My dad gave me a bunch of love letters from my grandparents.
Oh wow, what a treasure.
Yeah, like a lot of them. And so the one that I picked out from like the stack of them the day before our engagement happened was the one that my grandpa was asking my grandma to say yes. And it had all the words that I was struggling to put together into like all the things that I wanted to say. And so my grandparents, like, they're no longer here.
Sure.
But they were able to be part of a really special day in a different, like, cosmic way. And I think for, like, our wedding, it's also a way that they can be part of it.
Absolutely. May I see?
Of course.
Sure. Please
So
don't watercolor on those letters,
not something you see often today.
This is so unusual.
And now
This
the
is
digital
incredible.
world.
And Garrett and I have like kind of busy schedules too sometimes. So we've been leaving letters and like kind of like hiding them so we can find it later. Just like thinking of each other.
Cute.
So we were thinking of having like a letter writing station at the wedding. And maybe like what we write today could just be like.
Like a motivator for it, maybe just above it in the letter writing station down here or something.
Yeah.
Cute.
Is there a phrase in there that really strikes you?
I think it's, I don't want to leave you so speechless that you can't say yes.
That is a great quote. It would be really
It's a
fun
good quote.
if you worked on that sentence, and Garrett, if you worked on the sentence that really struck you.
Okay. I don't want to do this. Why am I overthinking how to write an A right now?
This is kind of a cute little exercise, though, I won't lie.
Are you peeking?
No, just know you're doing great.
I don't know why
I'm
he
wondering
chose
if we can do something
brown,
special for like your parents.
but go off.
Like, especially for your mom.
She will appreciate that thought, at the very least. She may not want to be a part of it, but we can at least talk to her about it.
You think she might not come?
She's still struggling with it, but we can still do something that would be like, make her feel more a part of it and comfortable about it, you know? I'm sure she'll love to have you as a daughter and will fully embrace that.
No, I know.
When that day comes, but
If she's not even going to show up to the wedding, will she?
I would be perfectly happy just to have you say that you would marry me.
I won't change this in the world.
Okay, cutie little exercise. I'm curious to see what those look like. I swear to God, if they don't show them. Okay, this is Hannah and Nick now.
This is so. Come on, Miss Karate, you got the balance.
Doing a little, like, jungle gym situation.
Hurry up, you're so slow.
Holy crap,
This looks terrible.
That was so embarrassing. I need to compose myself.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I have a stomach ache now.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks.
I feel like I would hate
That was
this.
lots of fun.
It was.
You led some of the time, I led some of the time. It's a team effort.
Who do you think did better?
I would say you, but I learned. You showed me the way.
Your icks are starting to become just funny to me.
My icks?
Yeah.
Like, what was one of my icks?
The ick. If you have somebody says the ick on your bingo card, you can mark that off. I was going to say, this feels passive aggressive. Is that just me? If you have Hannah is passive aggressive on your bingo card, you can mark that off also. Yeah, it is Hannah. Okay, 24:45, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Just you like, you know, trying to get through it, and then I went through it like, you know.
Yeah,
like
I
with
did
grace.
it wrong. I did it way wrong.
No, you're okay.
I'm gonna look like it.
I'm just being hard.
Yeah. You're starting to accept me for who I am, right?
Yeah. You think like you're ready to get married in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Meeting your family and having that go well, and then meeting my family and having that go well, getting both of their support, you know, that was really important for me.
I think it's nice to have like family and friends' opinions, but at the end of the day, I don't really care what anyone else thinks. My opinion's the only opinion that matters. Like no one's making a decision for me but except myself, right?
Yeah.
So, you didn't really answer my question though. Are you ready to get married in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Okay.
He said
I
yeah.
do want to get married, and you've made me realize with some of your hard questions what I do need to work on to mature and be able to get married, right? Because it's a big commitment. Like, it's no fucking joke.
You've never really had to think about anybody else, right? Now you do. I want you to be like an active listener, an active partner. I don't want to have to like always have to be the first one to start a deep conversation or like initiate sex. I think it's all like about like initiative. When we were in the pod and you were talking about how much I read, and you're like, I would love to read. Like, have you read?
I haven't had a chance to.
Okay.
Like, when I have free time, like
Yeah.
maybe last night instead of going to watch the game, I could have read. But, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Priorities, right?
they're little things, right? Like in Mexico, I couldn't figure out the lights. Like, you got pissed when I couldn't figure out the 50 fucking lights. But that wasn't like a one-time thing, right? Like, hey, Hannah, you know where the disposal is?
Mhm.
No, you didn't say I was stupid, but like, you're like, come on, Nick, like, you should know this. Sometimes I feel like.
Okay, somebody nitpicks their fiance, you can mark that off on your bingo card. There's a couple of things here. First of all, I think Nick saying in the pause, oh, I would love to read more, is not a commitment to reading on a regular basis. I know we should just add Hannah nitpicks, God. That doesn't have to mean that he's committing to a book club schedule where he has to read twice a week or something. And I think her being this intense about her criticisms and the things that she doesn't like about him does sort of feel as though she's disappointed with some other aspect of the relationship, and she's trying to sort of find legitimate, quote unquote, legitimate reasons to tank the relationship or to justify her pulling away. He's going to have to watch his words all the time, or she's going to be like, have you done it yet? Yeah. Well, and I don't know. This feels like a thing that everybody says also, right? When somebody says that they read, I feel like it's a pretty common response to be like, oh, I wish I read more. Like, oh, I used to love that. I wish I did that more. I think most people would not read that as like, okay, you're committing to me in this moment that you're going to read more often so that we can have this thing in common. Because also I'd like to point out that it's totally okay for them to have different interests and beliefs and hobbies. That's a very normal part of being a fiance. It's important to take an active interest in what your partner is interested in, right? But he doesn't have to read in order to do that. He could just be engaged in asking questions and, asking like, oh, how was your book? Did you get past that cliffhanger? Or like, you said there was like a twist, like, tell me about it. That's still him being engaged in her hobbies without having to be a reader. Like, it gives, have you put your name in the goblet of fire levels of intensity? August. That's so real. That's hilarious. But yeah, I think a lot of this just really smacks of Hannah being disappointed by his looks. And I think in some ways there is a valid feeling of betrayal there, right? Because he did speak about his looks in the pods, which I think people should not. Not that I like this fucking experiment, but again, I respect like Taylor, for example, a lot for really committing to the norms of the experiment and not doing the thing where people give away little bits of what they look like, because then it leads to this, right? Where he said, I look like Henry Cavill, or my celebrity lookalike would be Henry Cavill. Yeah, and lots of these little comments about, I go to the gym a lot and I work out a lot and, I was a football player. And granted, like, somebody said that kickers are small. And so like, fair. It's not like I would know that, but like, fair enough. But still, I think for a lot of people, when you say that you were a football player, the image that we conjure up in our mind is different than that. And so saying all of those things, then to have your partner look a way that you didn't expect, I can imagine that would probably feel like, what the fuck? Why did you lie? Or like, did you catfish me? Right. But I think if Hannah is feeling that way, the integrity move is to say, listen, I have a type. I wanted to believe that love is blind. It's not for me. And so I tried to make it work. It's just not working. And I think there's integrity in that. That's fine, right? We've talked before about how I think it is okay, actually, for love to not be blind. But if you don't respect your partner enough to just be honest about that, then you're putting them through this gauntlet that is really unfair and is, kind of difficult to come back from in a way. Also, I was a manager of high school, or softball in high school. I was still plus size. Wait, what do you mean, Natty? I think I missed a chapter. Also, hold on. I saw something that I think I missed. What happened, Julie? What are people congratulating? I had to step away for a moment, but guess who got a job at my local library? Julie, that's so exciting. Oh my God. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. He could do everything she wants and it still won't be enough. Yes, Aria. I think that's kind of the vibe that we're picking up at this point. Okay, let's keep going. 26:31, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Like, you do think I'm maybe sometimes like a level below you. You know what I mean? I just want to be treated as an equal.
I think you get treated like an equal when you start contributing like an equal.
Whoa. That's not fair.
I think sometimes I'm hard, say mean things like you feel like I think that you're like below me, you're not as mature as me, or like I think you're stupid or dumb or whatever. And I don't mean to make you feel like that, but sometimes I feel like at 28 years old you should know how to do things, so it just frustrates me.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Couple of things. This is a fight about immaturity, so if you have that on your bingo card, mark that off. First of all, you get treated like an equal when you contribute as an equal is a really mean thing to say. Regardless of whether you have issues with your partner's maturity level or their contribution to the relationship or X, Y, or Z, etc., you should still treat your partner as an equal in the relationship. Because essentially what you're saying is that my thoughts and beliefs matter more than yours. And so, like, catch up. Otherwise, I'm going to treat you like a second-class citizen, which sucks. That's super mean. On top of that, regardless of her life perspective, I think this is a moment where it's helpful to point out that we can have perspectives about life and maturity and our expectations and things like that. But regardless of that, we are where we are, right? Your thoughts in theory about whether he should know how to do certain things at 28 years of age or not doesn't change the material reality of the situation. Which is that he doesn't. So you can either choose to love your partner and to work on your own sense of judgment, which is likely probably a result of, first of all, insecurity and self-esteem wounds that might have resulted from being parentified as a child. It might also be a jealousy or frustration or anger or rage even about not having been treated that way as a child. This is a very common wound for children who have been parentified, like the Gold Star student thing. Aaron and I have talked about this at length in our own marriage. That he and I both have like a feeling of ick and disgust sometimes for people who don't do for themselves or people who need help, right? Because to us, it feels like those people are soft sometimes. And the feeling is actually not that I am irritated or annoyed at this person, although it might feel that way. The feeling is actually that, like, God damn it, I wish somebody had done that for me, right? How come nobody was there for me to be stupid or soft or confused or helpless when I was a kid? And so that feeling is actually a jealousy. It's actually an envy. It's actually a frustration about the fact that, like, nobody held my hand through those things. And while that's very valid, it's so incredibly valid for you to feel upset and angry and sad and to have a grief around that. It is not okay for you to take that out on your partner and to treat them as though they are wrong or bad or less than because they did have people who were there to help them, to hold their hand, to provide for them, or to give them the space, right? This is not fair or kind. And again, regardless of your beliefs about it, regardless of your wounds about it, it doesn't change the material reality. And so your choices are to work on your own stuff and to learn how to show up for your partner and to love them for the way that they are and let go of how you think they ought to be, or to take the integrity move and to say, we are just not compatible. I am not in a place where I can move past this. And I think I'm always going to nitpick you to death. And so out of respect for you as a fellow human being, we need to call it here, which I think are two really super valid choices, right? But to keep your partner locked in this journey where you tell them, like, keep chasing the carrot of my approval, and you just keep moving it, right? You just keep moving the goalpost. You're subjecting this person to a never-ending parade of really heightened scrutiny and judgment that's not really fair. I don't agree with the way that this man is a fair amount of the time, but that doesn't mean that he deserves to get treated like a sack of shit. You know, he still deserves to have a partner that cares for him regardless of the way that he is. As a parentified child, the first year of my relationship was so hard. No one talks about the jealousy and grief towards the life that you should have had, plus the guilt for even feeling this way. Yes, very much so, Asia. I'm really stunned that Nick is not really responsive to much of the bullshit that she's been spouting, but I understand if that's a shock fawn kind of thing. Yeah, that's possible. I think it's also possible that he just thinks that he deserves that, you know? Yeah, I don't think you're less than me. I just think that we aren't equal and I'm better than you. And that I'll treat you better once you do the things that I want you to in exactly the way that I want you to do them in the timeline that I think you ought to do them. I think it's also worth noting too, even if this man had a miracle transformation overnight, right? She will always hold over his head, probably, this period of time where he was below her. I think it's entirely possible, if not probable, that even if he did like uber intensive therapy and transformed himself rapidly, she would still poke and prod and pick at him for being, oh, remember when we first got married and you didn't even know how to do this? Remember, aren't you so glad that you didn't Like, I don't think she's ever going to let it go. And not in a like actually like cute or silly way, but in a like, you're never going to be equal to me kind of way. Is this emotional abuse in a way or no? I don't know what this is, you know. I'm kind of undivided too. Oh, hi, Allie. I'm glad your house is better. Sort of. Yeah, I'm kind of divided on this also because I'm of two minds in the sense that I don't think it's necessarily crossed that line. Like, it has all of the markers of that. For what it's worth, I think if the situation were reversed and he was the one who was doing this to her, we probably would be more apt to call this abuse. But because she's a woman and I'm biased, I'm more likely to give her the benefit of the doubt, which is kind of fucked up. So I think probably, actually, this is like really tiptoeing the line of emotional abuse. Depending on how frequently this is happening, right? I also want to be clear that if it's only happening while they're on camera and this is actually a very infrequent behavior, which might explain his lack of reaction, then I don't think it necessarily qualifies because people are just imperfect and kind of fucked up sometimes. But if it is happening as frequently as it seems, then I would say probably. Yeah, it's not loving, period. Yeah, we can say abuse red flags for sure. Yeah. If you have abuse red flags on your bingo card, you can mark that off. Oh, Thistle is so cute. Allie's cats are adorable. I feel like she would take credit for, any of the growth that he shows too. Absolutely. Okay. 2708. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I'm not here to just like fuck around and date someone. I'm here to like actually have like a person for the rest of my life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. As long as I'm being truthful to myself, as long as I'm working as hard as I can for you, as long as I know the end goal and we have that end goal in common, right, to get married, and I'm working towards it, like that's all I can do. Are you ready to get married in 2 weeks?
I think I'm mature and I'm ready, and I just want to make sure you're mature and ready for it.
I've definitely like matured, I feel like, a good amount since I've been with you, right? Like without even realizing it. I'm growing.
Behind every great man is a greater woman, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I can always look into your eyes and be like, this is the woman I fell in love with, you know?
I like that.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't really talk about anything and just like, okay, it's all better. It is concerning
The wedding
to me.
planning, because I talked to the wedding planner today while you were at work.
All right.
Let's go to the bed because I have a little surprise. Voila! Rose
Doing
petals.
your little rose petals.
Okay, so we're gonna do boho glam.
How does the glam come in with the boho?
The sophistication.
Okay.
Now, mother-son dance. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Are you doing anything? Are you doing a dance for your mom or no?
No.
Is it because she doesn't want to, or?
I mean, no. I think because I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Sheesh. Okay, go ahead, baby.
She asked about our fathers, and I told them that like we were both raised by single moms.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, well, your father passed, and then my father decided to,
Right.
leave. Do you want to honor your father in any way?
So
Picture.
I was saying, we can just do like in the entrance, like where people are signing in or whatever, they can just like have like his photo.
Let's do that.
Mhm.
Oh, I want to make sure I don't forget. Our parents are going to sit next to each other.
I think that's a good idea.
I would love to not have an aisle.
So we're just descending from the heavens
Okay.
onto the altar,
Actually,
walking
like,
from the side.
We could. Like, here's like where we stand, right? This is the little altar.
Honestly,
There
I
goes
love
me.
this.
There goes you. We have smiles on our faces because we're getting married, and you have hearts all around your head because we're getting married, and you're gonna say yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
And yes.
the point of this
Okay,
was
so- Okay, like I hate that
the
separate shit.
separation.
We're bringing two families together, two friend groups together. We're bringing two lives together.
Mhm.
Put it all together.
Yeah, I like that. Great ideas, baby.
You only get married once,
Yes.
but also twice.
Right.
I want his marriage to look different from your previous marriage.
He said he was definitely married before.
Yeah?
But I also don't want you to be thinking of that.
I haven't been thinking about your previous marriage, but when I sit here and look at it like this, I did think about your previous marriage.
Alexandra, a donut sounds so good.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do any more wedding planning without you, I will say.
Yeah. How are you feeling? How are you feeling now? Let's talk about that.
Obviously I started my period, so I'm back to my normal energy level. You know where I stand on like affection and...
I think we gotta figure that out too.
We did.
We figured that out quickly.
Yes.
Which is good.
Now you know like once a month.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, like, do you have any doubts right now about like us making it to the...
I have a really bad feeling that they ended up just deferring to what he wanted in regards to the condom or no condom, which I'm not feeling great about. And listen, I want to be clear. Yeah, like being on your period does a number on your energy levels, on your mood, especially, by the way, in case you didn't know, if you're autistic, there's like a really high chance that you will also have co-occurring premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which makes your periods even worse. Yeah, cramps, bloating, the physical aspect of that, right? Like diarrhea, stomach upset, sleeping a lot. Like there's so many things that make your period physically, emotionally, mentally awful. So I think we should really honor that more. Like we as a society just sort of act like it's no big deal. And like, no, it is. It's a really big deal, actually. And the attitude of like, oh, it's fine. You know, like my vitamin D deficiency or my iron, I think anemia or whatever she said, is all better now. Like, no, ma'am. Those are things that you should probably pursue ongoing care around, because I don't think vitamin D or anemia or whatever deficiency goes away after your period is over. Oh yeah, Lou, it's called PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. There's a very high crossover, or very high chance, percentage-wise, that people with autism will also have co-occurring PMDD, which fucking sucks. As someone with severe vitamin D deficiency, you must treat it all the time, not just during your period. Thank you. I would assume that your period probably exacerbates the issue. But still, like I said, you should probably pursue ongoing care around that. And also know that you might have moments, right, where your symptoms are worse than others, and it might not really have anything to do with your period. So regardless, I am annoyed. I'm sad that it seems as though they just sort of deferred to what he wanted here. That said, Marissa's energy about the whole thing, her enthusiasm for the whole thing is really contagious and sweet. I think it's fun, but it's disappointing to see like a lack of resolution here. Men who are progressive in everything except the treatment of women in their life are the bane of my existence. Me too. Liquid soap. Very much yes. Well, that explains why my anxiety spikes a couple of weeks before. Emma, entirely possible, yes. Okay. To be clear, do very much consult with your doctor, gynecologist, and or a therapist if you're able to. Have a conversation with a medical professional in some regard, because that's obviously very important. Don't just assume that you have it just because of the high crossover rate. Like, pursue diagnosis or symptoms to whatever to whatever degree that's possible for you as far as medical care is concerned. But okay, let's keep going. We're at 30 minutes and 53 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Hello.
And
there we go.
Getting married?
I don't have like any like major doubts or anything. I think what I have like right now is just like the normal, there's like still stuff to plan, there's still stuff to figure out.
Yeah.
Like I have like those nerves.
Yeah.
But in terms of big picture, like, you know, doubts or things I'm concerned
we're
about
fucking
that would
now, so
potentially
it's
like
fine.
make me
Derail us, yeah.
Derail us? No.
I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
you're not having like doubts, because I don't want to seem like, I don't want to seem like needy. I'll probably need clarity throughout until we make it.
Don't feel like you're being needy by like wanting to have some sort of clarity about like where I'm at.
Needing validation is not needy.
Yeah. Like I do feel sure.
Okay, you do feel sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to clear that up.
I'm good. Like
Okay.
I see myself at the altar with you, like saying yes. I'll have those nerves, but then like once I see you, it just kind of melts away. Honestly, like I'm like, no, I'm good. Like there's nothing.
I hope so.
Would you have said that if
No,
they
honestly,
still weren't
yeah,
having sex?
I do feel really good. So.
Good. Yes, I feel good too.
Genuine
So I'm pretty
question.
confident.
Yeah, we'll be good.
I know, while he still pets her. Like, okay. Want Marissa to be happy. Dislike that Ramses seems to have learned nothing from this exchange. Very disappointed. It's just yucky. Okay, Alex and Tim. Christine, that was so cursed. Why did you say that?
Hey, how are you?
Oh my God, how are you?
I'm all right. Let me know when you're ready to talk.
Because I haven't eaten all day.
Do you want to talk now, or?
You want me to sit over there?
This is so mean.
I mean, I would rather talk to you intently, yes.
You come up there then. She's eating. If she wants to eat at a table, then you should go sit
I
up
have
there.
a lot to say. Okay. Some things happen in regards to my parents that I didn't really appreciate.
Like?
What would you like me to tell you?
Yeah, for sure.
I understood you were sleepy, but my parents drove up here 10 hours
Mhm.
to meet you. And as soon as the cameras cut, you decided to go to sleep at the first opportunity. These are the most important people in my life. And all I have left in this world.
Mhm.
And the choice you made in that moment was to go to sleep.
Okay.
And to me, it is telling.
Okay.
Because that's just not a choice that I would ever make.
Okay.
I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but for me, that was not okay.
I was exhausted. I like to take my naps. We talked for hours about you, about what I would be to them as a vessel, as someone to lean on. If it really meant that to you, I would have stayed up.
I had been trying to communicate with you all day during the day.
Can I just stop you right there?
Sure.
You're saying you were trying to contact me all day. I talked to you 3 times yesterday, and then at 5 o'clock you
Yes,
texted
but you
me.
were asleep for most of the day.
I was
which
asleep
is
for an
fine.
hour.
Whatever it
From
was,
5
you
to
did not
6.
text much yesterday. You
I
weren't
talked-
very responsive.
No.
Okay, couple of things. The fact that he's talking over her, red flag. If you're so insistent in having a conversation, so much so that she can't even eat, and even if you can't even move up to the counter while she's eating, whatever, then let her talk. But also he said a couple of things happened that I didn't like, and she said, like what? And he goes, well, would you like me to tell you? Clearly. That's why she said, like what? This is also a red flag for what it's worth. When he said, well, all day yesterday you were asleep, and she said, I was asleep for an hour. Well, regardless of what it was, no, let's be clear about what it was. She was asleep for an hour, and you're nitpicking the fuck out of this woman because you feel hurt. If you feel hurt by something, then say that. But instead of doing that, he says, well, I wouldn't have done that, and I don't like it. Okay. Well, if you didn't do it, then don't you do it. But what you're saying is I was hurt or I was embarrassed. If you communicate that differently, this conversation would likely go very different. This is also a product of the way that patriarchy and misogyny and the con that we've all pulled off about men not having relationships or emotions rather, and how that fundamentally hurts men, because the reality is that if he was able to communicate his emotions more effectively, this would have been a very different conversation. Do I believe in beige flags? Oh yeah, I think so. Did the parents only stay for a day? I think so. But again, regardless, if that were that big of an issue, A, communicate that expectation ahead of time. B, say that you're hurt or embarrassed or, whatever. An hour is not that long. Yeah, she was asleep for an hour is really not that long. Is this episode made to make Mickey take 6 hours? I know. I feel like this always happens. Okay, anyways, let's just keep going then. Oh, also her talking about being a vessel. What the fuck is that? A vessel for what? Yuck. Okay. 3418, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, because I don't appreciate that.
Would you like me to tell my side of the story?
But I don't appreciate that. That's not true.
Well, can I tell my truth
Go ahead.
and you speak yours?
Go ahead.
Is that a possibility?
Absolutely.
This
All
is
right,
so
so
passive aggressive.
I felt like I was not getting responsiveness out of you yesterday. The only other conversation we had was when we were going to get to the house and what was up with your car. Yeah, I just said, congratulations, you got your car back. Keep an eye out for it.
Right.
I feel like even the response to that was kind of,
When
was
I
just
said
letting
it's
you know
fine?
that I was just saying, hey, keep an eye out for your tires on your car. That's all I said.
Yeah, and I didn't
So,
respond to that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but the point is that's the only
Clearly there's
conversation we
something
had
wrong
that day.
with
it. Okay,
At that point,
'cause
I
you're
decided,
working.
do you want me to finish?
I'm so confused.
Well,
like,
I'm
what's
trying to
wrong with
explain.
that?
I'm trying to explain. Would you rather explain?
Go
or?
for it.
All right. By the time you called me, you were ready to talk to me on your time. And at that point, I feel like if I haven't been talking to you all day, and now I don't feel like talking, you don't get to dictate that now we get to talk on the phone.
Okay. When I went to work yesterday, it's a long day. I'm interacting with people all day. I called you and I let you know what was going on in the middle of the day. And then I even texted you when my car was back. And you're like, make sure your car's okay. I said, it's fine. And you're like, yeah, we'll just make sure your tires are good. I didn't respond. Okay, I see, I read it and I received it. If you don't communicate that, hey, this really bothers me that you didn't respond, how am I supposed to know?
Exactly.
Then when you called me, I was asleep because I had been running around all day.
Yes.
So I took a nap, and then that's when I called you immediately. You said, I don't want to talk on the phone. Okay, well, maybe if I express to him that I do like talking on the phone, maybe it will change. No, it didn't. And it wasn't me trying to dictate. I was just trying to explain to you, hey, this is what I like. Just like you could have explained, hey, I didn't like that you fell asleep while my parents were there. I get tired really easily. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to make an excuse with your parents. I just talked to them for 4 hours. I didn't think it was that big of a deal to go to sleep for an hour. I really didn't. But if it meant something, you have to just say that. You never said anything. I cannot read your mind. You want me to be this person that is your wife, that does everything by the book on your book, but I can't be doing everything by the book unless you tell me.
Yes.
You have to communicate that.
Yes.
I'm ready to listen. I'm trying to understand you. Just like yesterday when we were on the phone and I called you again and you were like, I don't want to talk to you because you don't listen. I felt very dismissed. I felt very closed off from you. I was hurt. I started crying because I don't understand what it is. You have to admit it is not the same from when we were in the pod. And I'm not saying it's all on you, and I'm not saying it's all on me. It's both of us. These are such little things. I am trying my hardest.
After reflecting on.
Okay. Yes, like snaps, claps, applause. Because what she just did is communicate, I am available, I am interested, I am open to you communicating to me what you want. But if you don't communicate to me, how am I supposed to know that? It's not her job to intuit what he thinks is appropriate or correct or right or what he wants. And she's right. And she should say it. And on top of that, what she communicated about what she wanted was all from her point of view. She said, I'm tired. I think that it's not that big of a deal for me to go sleep for an hour. That's what I wanted. I wanted to talk to you on the phone. So I thought if I communicated to you, this is something that I like, that maybe that will change. And he wasn't available for that. This is literally like almost textbook perfect how I would encourage someone to respond to somebody that's being very like pokey, nitpicky, rude about something that they didn't like, except that he didn't even bother to communicate that he didn't like it. He just said, well, your behavior is not acceptable. Okay, Dad, first of all. But second of all, how about you try communicating your feelings for a change? Because that's actually how relationships make positive progress on a conflict. The only thing I didn't super love is that she said these are all like such little things. They might not feel like little things to him. You might potentially cause you and your partner to get lost in the sauce by saying shit like that. So like, proceed with caution. But otherwise, like, no notes. Honestly, I think this is so beautifully worded, and so this is clearly indicative of like somebody who's engaging with like a real level of emotional intelligence in this moment, which applause. Okay, 37:29. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
What I really want out of life and a wife, I have to be honest with myself.
A wife.
That the answer between you and I, for me, is no.
Okay. All right.
She just said, okay.
I mean, your mind is made up. I have many words to say on what you're saying.
I'm here to listen.
Huh?
I'm here to listen if you would like to, but
Are you listening just to hear, or are you listening as an open mind to move forward?
I'm
Because you
listening
just said
to understand. I'm always listening to understand.
Clearly
I mean,
not.
is your mind made up?
That is what I said. Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Bye. Yes,
I
exactly.
told you I was going to take this experiment to the very end. And I did not take you meeting my father and getting him that emotional so lightly. How dare you do that and then just throw it away after 2 days? It's literally been 2 days since you did that. And now you're ready to just throw it away because I fell asleep and because I didn't text you?
Honestly, yes, I took that for your father very seriously.
Nothing has happened to actually do the work to give it a shot.
I feel like you don't even see the things
But
that
have
I'm
you
trying
tried?
to do. Absolutely.
With what?
Would you like me to answer?
Yeah, for sure.
Am I gonna get to speak?
Absolutely.
All right. So you want me to cuddle with
This man hates that she won't let him steamroll over top of her. Him doing the, well, are you going to let me? Well, can I speak? This is so, especially after she clearly left a pause and is indicating that it's his turn to speak. This man hates that he can't intimidate her and make her feel like shit by talking over top of her. He does not like that. And he is so clearly trying to take it back, even though she is refusing to be pushed around in this exchange. And honestly, you love to see it. On top of that, they like, well, it's a no from me. Seems like a threat. This feels like the thing. I think he was waiting for her to tear up and get all emotional and say, wait, no, don't leave. Choose me, pick me, love me. And when she didn't, then he was like, oh, fuck. Well, now what? And then that's why the like, oh, well, I'm open to hearing what you have to say. Sort of leaving this window as if to say like, well, you convinced me, you know? And like, I think it's clear that he said my mind is made up as a threat more than it is an actual attempt to end their relationship. It's not a breakup yet, so I'm going to say no on cringy breakup. Walk away. This is just a waste of your emotional energy. Sometimes, yes, conversations like this can very much be a waste of emotional energy. Particularly when someone is committed to their point of view and they're not open to hearing anything that you have to say and like really receiving it. Time to go. Yeah, they did say the experiment. You're right. So if you have the experiment on your card, you can mark that off. I know, Hunter. Yeah, I didn't like the way that he said, I took that for your father very seriously. It seems as though he has more respect for her dad because he's a man than he does for her, which I think is gross. Couple clearly doesn't like each other. Yeah, I feel like that either applies to Nick or this couple, so we can mark that off. Couple clearly doesn't like each other. Okay. Also, is this thing not updating? It looks like we have a grand total of 4 bingo things marked off. Okay, 3854. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
with you more. I intentionally rolled over and tried to hold you in that tiny ass bed. And upon asking you, you didn't even notice.
Because I was asleep.
What do you want from me? I don't think you realize how much work I put in to do that. For when we met your no, for your family. I woke up at 8 in the morning and went to the grocery store and had to hunt down a bunch of stuff, season meat, figure out the grill, do all that was work. And after that, I came back and did the dishes. If you sat here and grilled a whole meal for my whole family and I come back to...
Whoa, this man had to go to the store and had to cook and had to clean. Won't somebody have pity on the poor man who slapped meat on a grill and then left it outside? It's not even like this man slaved away making some kind of intense meal with multiple parts. He literally put fucking meat on the grill. And listen, I have respect for the art that is grilling and smoking meat. It's a real thing, and I'm not trying to diss that, but I am just saying it's not like this man was slaving in front of a stove making fucking risotto all day, you know? Like, he wasn't fucking hand whipping whipped cream or something to make a little trifle. Like, I know, also waking up at 8 a.m. That's literally like, whatever. Let's just keep going. 3922, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Dishes in the sink, I'm not gonna ask you to do the dishes. I'm probably just gonna do them. Maybe I didn't communicate that, sure. However, if
That's
I
your
have
fault,
to
then.
communicate that, I am not the one for you.
Okay. So you want someone who reads your mind. Duly noted.
Do not try to make it seem like I'm not here doing my part at all. We're not going to spin it like that.
I'm gonna spin it like anything.
I've been given such a negative response, a temper tantrum sometimes, like an attitude. I just don't understand it. If it's about the dishes, if it's about me going to sleep, if it's about a text, all of that, it's the slap in the face.
Great. I'm glad you feel that way. There's a lot I could respond to, but there is no scenario that I see myself standing there and saying yes to making you my wife forever.
Okay.
And with that in mind,
And I'm glad we can at least agree that I don't ever want to see you again. This was nice. I wish you the best of luck.
This man is such a child. Oh, the way that he's running. Yeah, he doesn't like not being in control. I think he's been made to feel ineffectual by the way that he can intimidate her, and he doesn't like it. Bye. Yeah, you can't fire me. I quit. That's fine. This is not an airport, sir. You don't need to announce your departure. Just leave. Later. Don't fucking come back. Ooh, yeah. Well, this is definitely someone storms out. We'll see if he did, in fact, quit the show. These men do all suck so much. I know. Are there any left? Oh my god. Okay, so somebody storms out of the room. Yeah, it does kind of storming out, and also a cringy breakup. This man is such a child. Like, truly such a child. Also, hold on. I'm just gonna refresh this because I feel like it's not refreshing itself. That's fine. Whatever. My bingo card is terrible for this episode. I'm sorry, Solsiva. A true man-child. Yes. Truly such a child. Okay. 4110. I'm gonna mute it though because of the music, but pressing play in 3, 2, 1. No, recently broke up is like for somebody who broke up with someone else. Like their partner before Love is Blind.
It's gonna be best dressed. That's your hair thing.
Wait.
Oh, perfect.
And it's real.
What do you mean by real?
It's heavy.
Yeah, nah.
Your neck about to be hurt.
I didn't come to play games.
Put them on right now.
Stocking.
We're having a cutesy little dress up. I hate this man though.
Nice.
Clearly.
No, it's lovely. That all came in on time.
What do we think the ads are, or the odds are, that this is an Amazon ad? Because all of them unboxing stuff from Amazon, and then with the Amazon tape clearly visible. Right? This feels like Amazon promo. This is product placement for sure. Because one couple, sure. All of them. Also, who unboxes the shit with your hair and makeup already done? Like, we're not doing a fit test before. We didn't want to make sure that the shit we ordered off of Amazon wasn't actually garbage inside of a bag. Like, no one unboxes the stuff you ordered the day of the party. I know, I'm glad it came in on time. Oh, fuck you, Amazon. Okay, 4151, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Perfect.
I know this is really surprising, but I don't often dress up like a flapper.
Don't believe that for a second. I've seen the video. Oh, good. My beads came in.
You should just keep these on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do like an
Just a
yeah.
ended outfit. I'll give
You
you.
know how, like,
I'll give you the suspenders.
Yeah.
Are you trying to choke me right now?
Well, it's like, you know,
Jesus.
it's all the like what all the like Gen Z people do.
The Gen Z people. Okay, thank you for the music.
Good morning.
Yes. I feel good. I'm looking forward to meeting them and get a chance to explain how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I honestly don't feel stressed. I'm sure I will once I get on the plane.
My dad was just like, don't fuck it up.
Sounds easy. Can't wait to talk to him.
Okay, definitely giving Gatsby vibes.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
I like it.
I'm excited to see everybody's outfits too.
I think some people are gonna want closure.
Really?
I mean, yeah. You know,
Is there anyone you want closure
Hannah with
Nick?
love, what
It
are
might
these
be
curls?
Katie, you know, we matched up the first couple days. We were
These
each
are
other's
all
ones.
over the place.
And at that time, I was interested in her, and then I just never saw her again. It's not like I need closure, but you know, it's a simple conversation.
True.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm good.
You're good?
I have a
Yeah,
feeling
I'm
that's
closure.
not gonna go well.
I made a decision, and I made a decision.
Me too.
Oh boy. Okay, the headpiece does look really good though.
We're getting started right now.
Okay.
I just
Marissa's
wanna make
energy
it
is so
incredibly
contagious.
clear that if other women from your past are talking to you, you're just shutting it down.
Yeah.
I'm engaged.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shut it down.
It's shut it down. Don't just
Taylor.
leave them on red or even worse, like something.
I totally understand. I'm sorry. It obviously didn't mean anything. I don't feel any sort of way. I saw it this morning. I didn't know how to react. I just liked the message, and then I literally did not think about the rest of the day.
again.
It isn't anything to me anymore.
I know, but it's just, I know that it's not part of your life, but I do want you to think about how would this make me feel.
I know, I hear that, 100%.
Yes, especially someone who has been cheated on is putting an incredible amount of faith in you and believing and trusting you completely. You're getting married in a week.
And I'm 100% here, 100% here.
I don't want to say it's okay right now because I just wouldn't be honest. And it's just really bad timing that we had all day to talk about this, and now
I didn't think about it, right? Yeah, and I should have thought about it, and that's the difference. I understand.
Yeah, which kind of scares me a little bit. It's just, I'm pissed.
Well, the truth is, we have an amazing relationship. We have an amazing future ahead of us. I just missed something today. I need a little bit of patience and learning and understanding. And I said it was gonna be this way, it was gonna have some mistake that
And you're gonna get it. I've only had an hour.
I know. It kills me to even see you upset. I'm fucking.
I know. And we're gonna be fine. It's just if I'm upset and I don't want to talk about
I
stuff.
want to give you the space, but I fucked now it's the timing. You're screwed. We're in this stupid thing, and I know you're upset. It fucking hurts me.
So don't go.
We're gonna
be
work
late.
through it, be fine.
Now's a shitty time.
And now's a really terrible time.
I know. And you got this ridiculous lipstick on. I can't even kiss you right now.
No, we can't. Let's go to the party.
All right, hang on.
Ridiculous lipstick.
I hate you being mad at me.
Don't do stuff.
You look fucking great.
Okay. Why does this keep happening? I feel like men need a masterclass on the ethics, the social norms of digital communication. How is this happening again? That he is not aware that liking a message from somebody that you used to date would not read well to your fiance. May Chemicals, I don't know. Who is that? I've been way more comfortable muting or turning down TV shows with overwhelming and excessively loud music or effects after watching these reacts with you guys. Oh my God, good. I love that. Is Nick the only decent man left? Not perfect, but I think he's got general growth to do. I don't know. I don't like any of them, really. I think I like Taylor and Garrett together, but mostly because I like Taylor. Garrett has some redeeming moments for sure, but yeah, I don't think Nick is our decent man. Damn it, Garrett, you were the chosen one. You weren't the chosen one, but you were the only one. No, literally. Ugh. This happened last season. I guess for any of you who are listening that are unaware, if you're in a relationship with someone and your ex sends you a very obviously flirty or a cutesy message that reads as an attempt to get back together with you and you like it, that's not going to go over well. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. 4609, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Duh.
Shut up.
Okay. Lots of B-roll.
Oh my goodness!
Gee, baby! Hey!
Taylor, I just want to eat you up and spit you out. You look great.
Oh boy. See, he didn't quit the show. Okay, with the music, we get it. My God. Oy, oy, oy.
You want to go starfishing or what do you?
Starfishing?
Yeah, what kind of?
You know I can swim, right? What is he talking about, dude? Don't fucking start.
Keep diving for some seahorses or something. Ain't that what you do?
Starfishing?
I hate their joy right now.
Yeah. Look, I'm not mad that he wanted to end things. But for you to end this engagement when you shook my father's hand and looked him in the eye and said, I want to marry your daughter, you're a coward.
So you're just not going to talk to him at all?
No, for what?
Yeah.
He didn't want to
Oh, fish man. Yep, you're right, Gems. If you Garrett talks about fish on your bingo card, you can mark that off. All right, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Talked to her yet today?
There's nothing else to talk about.
That's so stupid.
Hope they're not talking about my shit.
What's your shit?
Oh, I didn't tell you guys.
What's your shit?
Ashley called me. Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he donated sperm a few years ago.
No,
for a gay
he did
couple
not.
that he knew, and they have kids.
He didn't tell you in the pod.
No. I'm like, Why would you wait in this instance until I feel like this to tell me this?
Correct.
You're gonna be upset. I think you'll get over it.
Yeah.
I think you will.
Like, here's the thing. Like, you guys don't understand. Every day this man gets up and gets me coffee. He brings me flowers. He wants to stay up all night talking. He fights for me, and I've never had anyone fight for me. And, like, I don't get sick of him. When he's gone for an hour, I miss him. And it's not like a crush miss him. It's like a deep connection. But to drop this is like... Meow.
Oh, I forgot about Monica and... What's his
Where's
name?
Steven
Is
at?
he going to show up here?
I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy I'm here too. I talked to Steven on the phone today for over 2 hours.
Oh, my God. How did
Okay, we're gonna tell us everything. Did he call or did you call? I called. We just were able to talk through everything and be in a good place. There's no excuse for what he did, but like, he's a good person who...
Fucked up.
Fucked up.
But you don't want to see him, right? Like, dating.
No, absolutely not. 0%.
Oh, okay. That makes it slightly better, I guess. Oh, okay, here we go. Mr. Bowden is here, looking like a barbershop quartet.
It's Bowden. Oh, Bowden.
Let me introduce you.
Hey.
Nice to see you. It is interesting seeing Bowden for the first time because I did have a connection with him in the pods. Hearing his voice feels very like comfortable and familiar.
Choose Bowden. Although watch him be a piece of shit. Who is this? I don't remember who Katie is.
I missed you. I missed you too. God, I'm so happy we can hang out tonight. Oh, do you want to meet Nick? Yeah. Nick, this is Katie.
What's up, Katie?
So nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you as well.
I know, this is like a little surreal.
I've never met Katie before. In the pods, I met her. See, I thought you were tall. We did have a connection. You know, the first 3 days we had each other ranked as 1.
So cute. Nick? Yeah. Like, what do you mean? He's better looking in person. Oh, good looking in person? Yeah. I mean that in the nicest way. No, it's really cool.
No, with the music. Okay.
My ex-girlfriend, the one from 6.5 years ago, whatever, she texted me last night, and I just said, like, you know, I liked her, whatever, and then...
Did you say anything back?
No, I just liked it to the Lord. I was like, oh, no,
You
I'm sorry.
responded?
I'm sorry. So I said, well...
This is different.
I said, okay.
Okay, well, let me see your phone. What did you say?
So
Oh,
I can get it,
no.
I can get it if you like. So I texted back and, like, just said, hey, I didn't tell you this, but I met someone, I'm engaged, and basically, like, I don't think we should continue sending messages, and I hope you have a great life. See you later or something.
You did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
You told me an hour ago that you only like liked the message, and now you're saying that you responded to like this like objectively like connected like reach out, something else, not just like I liked it and left it. I just want to be very clear.
Yeah, I didn't just, no, I just said, I wrote a response.
That's not what you just told me an hour ago.
Yeah, we didn't get into specific, like, what was the response, but yes, that is what I did.
I think we should let them, yeah.
Yeah. If I were them and I was sitting with Garrett and Taylor having this conversation, I would be dying 1,000 deaths. Oh my God. But also, why would you lie? This is the thing that I'll never understand about this show. It's going to come out. It's going to come out one way or the other. All of these men, if you're going to be a trifling ass hoe, it is going to come to light at some point. Have you been on the internet, sir, in any capacity in like the last decade? I know, like, as if you're not going to get absolutely dragged to hell and back for being a lying liar who lies. Oh my God. I know all of the men. Trash, throw them away. Every single one of them. Oh my God. Okay. 51 minutes and 35 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Press play.
No, we're good. I think that y'all should, you know, have your space.
I would love a moment.
No, 100%. Just yeah.
No, like I want my own like
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I'll go with her.
20 something insane. This is like changing. It's just like crazy.
Hey.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You're supposed to go to your parents tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why'd you tell me like that?
Yeah. Omitting anything is a lie. We don't have any time to play these games. I feel like he was around Tyler and forgot where the fuck he was and started telling all of the truth.
I just don't think that this is right.
Because it's not. If your partner does this to you, you are fully within your rights to be fucking livid, because this is not an okay thing to do.
We're like, we both looked at each other like, I know that person.
I literally was like, is that Bowden? Like,
I feel like y'all should have a conversation right now.
yeah, we
I feel like y'all have a conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe.
No, friends, like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so was I what you expected to look like when we talked?
No.
Oh, no.
I feel like Ramses
I always
didn't like
expected you to be
that.
like, kind of like short and tiny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did. So when I saw you, I was
Short,
like,
tiny person. Okay.
Short, tiny person.
So
I don't know why.
over-delivered there.
I don't know why. Am I what you thought I looked like?
I guess I expected you to be pretty in my eyes. Yeah,
No.
It's also like a careful conversation now because like, Rams,
You can call me pretty.
Right,
Rams
okay,
will
you're
allow
pretty,
it.
yes,
No. It is like kind of strange because we dated for like literally almost
Yeah,
till the end,
till the right,
pretty
yeah.
much. So it was like back and forth. So it'd be like,
Oh yeah, I think that does count as the women being homies. If you have women being homies, you can mark that off also. Cake of lies. What cake of lies? Onion. Oh, the layers. Got it. Okay. As a Gemini moon, I love the drama. Honestly, same. Okay. 53:26. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Go one day and be like, oh, it's Rams, and the next day I'd be like, it's Bowden. But I needed someone more chiller, I think, because we're both so like hyper people.
Ramses is like, oh, we're so different. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, we have
No,
similarities.
we have so much the same.
similarities,
Yeah.
but like
You
in
guys
terms
are
of
the
like our
same.
personalities, like we're like very different.
Yeah. I was so nervous too for like the breakup talk.
I know when I walked in, I was like, "What's up, Marissa? How are you?" And she was like, "Her energy was probably different."
Yeah, you can
Here we go. I think I looked at him. I was like,
This is such a weird interaction to be having.
Seeing Bowden, it just feels like he's a friend. No doubts about my relationship with Ramses. I made the right decision. Seeing Bowden really confirms that, if anything.
Okay.
The boys. Here for the boys. The boys. One time for the boys.
Nick's cute. I told her, I was like, he's much
Christine,
cuter
let's
than
have
me.
doubts.
Yeah. And I feel like that sounds bad, but I just said it, so.
How are you? We're really good. Like, this is the thing, like, I'm self-aware enough to know, like, my own flaws, right? Like, I think with him, sometimes I'm very overcritical and I'm hard on him because I'm so overcritical and hard on myself.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that.
He has things to work on, don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
We all know
Yeah.
Nicky D. Like,
Yeah.
Nicky D has things to
Yeah.
work on. But I want him to see the fun in Hannah, too.
Yeah, he's great to me, and I love Nick. He's perfect for me, but I think like I could be the best thing in the world for Nick, just because like there's so many things that he
You show him.
Yes.
Remember when we were in the airport, you were like, I want you to try new cuisines. I want you to try this. I want you to try
not
that.
a charity
Like,
case.
Sticking to the same things. I was like, wow, go Hannah, because
Yeah.
you could really broaden his horizon.
I am. That's the thing. It's like he just hasn't had the opportunity to. And I think that's sexually too. I think when he said sex with partners, he told me like with past partners, it's just like that woman, right? Where it's like you get off and you probably don't even think to ask if she had hers, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like we have to get there.
Yeah.
I was like, and the way we get there, like it doesn't come natural. Like we have to work for it. We work for it, right? But when I've been communicative for the past 2 weeks about what I need, like I told him exactly what I need sexually that turns me on, and you don't do it. You just continue to do the same thing that gets you off, and it's frustrating. Because like I
And then it's like, I have to go to other tools. I gotta grab
He's very
toy.
jealous of my vibrator,
I'm
for
sorry.
sure.
Well,
I haven't had sex with a lot of people, but the people that I've had sex with, we've been very sexually explorative. Nick's not like that, right?
Okay. Meal boy. Have we covered lasagna? A lie lasagna? Have we covered that yet? Okay. Yeah, the couple of things. First of all, Nick being a person who only cares about his own orgasm is not surprising. He does just seem kind of that way. It's very straight, unevolved behavior. I said it at the beginning of the stream and I want to say it again. Sex toys and also lube, they are your teammates. They are your friends. They are not your adversaries or your enemies. If you are a person who is intimidated or bothered by your partner using a sex toy or needing a sex toy to get off, that's a you thing, babe. That's an insecurity that you should work through, especially because the reality of orgasm for folks with vulvas, vaginas, clitorises, is that it's all a very complex give and take, right? It's all variable, first of all. But the anatomy involved there is a lot more, I don't want to say difficult to stimulate because it's not difficult, but it's a lot more complex. It's a lot more nuanced. And it requires a greater skill set, I think. It is fancy, Christine. It is fancy. And it's very, very common for folks with that anatomy to have a very specific way to achieve orgasm, especially if they are not one who will typically orgasm from penetration, which, let's be clear, most people with vulvas are not going to orgasm from penetration alone. That would be, anatomy-wise, that would be similar to asking a man or somebody with testes and a penis. That would be like asking that person to orgasm from testicle stimulation alone. That's not a thing. That's an incredibly difficult ask and something that we would never do, quite frankly. So especially simultaneous clitoral stimulation during penetrative intercourse is a really common expectation for folks who use sex toys or vibrators or what have you. If you have an issue with that, then again, that's a you thing, that's an insecurity that I think it's human to have insecurities, and also it's really important to work through them so that we're not treating our partner as a problem when really our insecurities are the thing that needs work. Are y'all just finding various words to refer to clitorises in the comments? I think it's clitorises. I don't think it's clitori. That sounds so silly. Personally, I'll never understand not trying to get your partner to orgasm. It's the best part of sex for me. I think that makes a lot of sense, you know? And like, let's be clear, treating orgasm as a game, right? Or a thing that, you know, if your partner doesn't orgasm, that you're also then wounded and bothered, and, you know, you treat your partner as though they failed you. That's also not fair, right? Clitoris. You guys keep typing the word clitoris in the comments, and it's distracting my brain. Orgasm should not be the goal of sex every time. There are plenty of really valid and wonderful and pleasurable ways to engage with sex that don't include orgasm for people of all genital makeups, but still, not caring about your partner orgasming is a weird take. Got him. Okay, let's just keep going. Oh, also, her being so descriptive of their sex life. Listen, I appreciate Samantha, no. I appreciate the discourse because I think it's valuable, and personally I enjoy gossip, but this feels like a boundary violation though. Oh, boundary violation, that's a bingo square. He asked her to not discuss their sex life on camera. That's not to say that she can't discuss it with anybody, but I think not wanting to discuss sex on camera is a fair boundary, and she is really just putting it all out there in the street, which I feel that he would be pretty upset by. And also, again, if this were the other way around, if there was a male partner who was like, oh yeah, man, to all of the dudes, we would be disgusted by that, which, you know, is fair. Violating somebody's boundaries and speaking about their sex life without their permission sucks. Yeah, discussing her sex life before him is different, but she's discussing him specifically. She's literally saying that he's not, you know, inventive or creative or, what is the word? Explorative is what she said. And also that he's the kind of person who will get off and then not care about her orgasm. So there's lots of things that she's saying about him specifically. Yeah, she's basically shouting, he can't get me off. And also that he's boring in bed is kind of what she's saying. Okay. Discord chat is off the rails. 55 minutes and 44 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
And it's almost like it's like an 18-year-old sexualness. Like, things gross him out. Like, eating pussy is just like not what he thinks about. It's like, okay, well, like, you need to realize a woman needs pleasure as much as a man.
Absolutely.
Right? He doesn't like to eat pussy. What? Yes. And fixed sex that maybe isn't the best. You communicate. You have to be very careful when you communicate sexual problems, because for a man it can be humiliating, it can make them feel bad or make them feel pressure.
Ego,
so you have to be ego. Yeah, and I don't want his ego. So you have to be very careful of the way you approach it.
Yeah.
But like these rooms, like I really.
Okay, this is just. Okay, listen, I am of a couple of minds about this. Again, she's really putting his business in the street. Okay. I know she's humiliating this poor man, and I feel like I'm being ripped in half because in one way, like the adult part of me is like, this is so fucked up. This is not funny. And the like childish gossipy part of me is like, oh my God. Okay. First and foremost, let's be clear. It is morally neutral for people to dislike all manner of sexual acts. I think that we should destigmatize not enjoying things, especially in a world where people might have sensory sensitivities, right? People who are particularly sensitive to textures, smells, tastes, sensations. There's lots of reasons why somebody might not want to or might not feel comfortable to go down on their partner who has a vulva, right? That said, if you are someone who doesn't feel comfortable with that, it is very much not okay for you to insist or feel emboldened to assume that your partner will go down on you, right? It's one thing if your partner enjoys it and wants to do it, right? But the very male patriarchal perspective of like, ew, vaginas are gross, I'm not gonna do that, but also to demand head at every corner, not okay. That's not an okay thing to carry as an expectation in your relationship. Besides that though, her talking about this in such graphic detail on camera feels unfair. To call him an 18-year-old on camera in regards to his sexual experience feels really hurtful. If this is not something that she would feel okay having his family see, having his friends see, there is no world where she should be discussing this on camera then, especially because they're at a Netflix sponsored event, right? I'd also like to point out to you that they all live in the same building at this point, right? Like that's the reason that Taylor and Garrett were able to go and support Monica during that breakup, is because they all live in the same building. They live a few doors down from one another. So if they wanted to have this kind of conversation, there is no harm or shame. I think destigmatizing sex and having conversations, open, like descriptive conversations about sex with your trusted people is important. It's a safety factor, whatever. It's part of cultivating safety. And it's also normal, right? We talk about our fights. We talk about our joys. We talk about our hobbies. We should be able to talk about sex. It really should not be a thing that we're like stigmatizing. So her doing this at a Netflix event, this is not okay. She could have this conversation with her friends outside of this, but she's not. And I don't think that that's okay. Yes, exactly. This will live on forever on the internet. Exactly. You can't like someone and do this to them. Yes. Such a good way to put it. Okay, also this. Why do straight couples always talk shit about each other, though? And also talk shit about each other in bed. My God. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. 56 minutes and 32 seconds pressing play. In 3, 2, 1.
Truly love that man. Like, I really do. It's just sometimes I get frustrated with him just because he's not at the same level I am with understanding things, and he wants to get there, he just never really had a chance to get there.
This is why there are so many things that you could have conversations with your partner about.
In the flesh.
Not blasting him on TV.
He's having a good time over there, don't you?
Christine, I did too.
Have a moment. But Katie looks like she's lighting up, and I'm like, are you really my friend, Katie? She goes to me, Nick's really attractive. I said, Katie, you're supposed to be my best friend. You don't say that.
She said that to me tonight too. She's like, Nick's like really attractive. I'm like, and she said that
Should I kill her?
Than her Instagram. But we can kill her, but we love her.
I did love her.
You were the guy that was very smooth, charismatic.
How is she going to be? Yes, she's so critical of him and so jealous of other women. Literally, what is happening? What is going on here? 50. It's giving negging. That's what it feels like. Like the pickup artist thing where you tell your partner that they suck, or like, you know, oh, like you're so pretty for a fat girl, or like the thing that all shitty pickup artists do. This feels like that, where you're like shitting on their self-esteem so that they'll stay with you, kind of a thing. I don't think she's doing that intentionally, but maybe girl on girl crime. Maybe. We'll see. 5732. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
The football player, like the athlete, right? Like that is what I date in the real world. And not to stereotype you. I apologize, this is 100% stereotype.
I'm super chill. Tell me whatever you want.
Like,
I'm cool.
This is the guy you would date in the real world, and this is why you're 35 and single.
I didn't care about your age. You didn't care about my age. We have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
I was really feeling you.
You can't help when you were born. I can't help when I was born. But
so you don't care about age?
No, but like you have to understand, like for the past like 15 years, 10 years, whatever, I dated this.
It's been that long? Damn, girl. Damn, girl. Like, can't you date like someone else?
No, but I mean like the same type.
So why can't you accept that that's your type and you just haven't met the right guy?
That's a great question.
If that's your type, that's your type.
Yeah.
Right? You can't hold that against the next person you meet. Honestly, I was attracted to you from day one. I was like, damn, Katie's always on my mind.
I know you gave me goosebumps.
You gave me goosebumps.
You get in the real world and you see all these people and you're like, oh, hey, love is maybe not blind. I mean, you were my #1 for 3 days for a reason, right? Like.
Same here. I can literally look into like your eyes and tell you're a beautiful soul, like you're a beautiful person, like you're super ambitious. You're gonna make someone happy as fuck someday.
You could like honestly make me cry over that. Thank you. I know you mean it. I know you mean it.
I mean it, right? I'm super important on body language and impressions and stuff like that. And like not even like looking at your IG, because like your IG is beautiful, by the way. But like you're dope as fuck, right? Like.
This is flirting with the ex. You can't say these things, sir. And again, with your partner 10 feet away. Grow up, Nick. Oh my God, both of these people. Hannah is being so immature and Nick is being so immature. Oh, yoy. What are your thoughts on that's your type but not the right person? I think people get really caught up in the type thing. I do. I don't disagree that there on some level is a possibility for us to be chasing the wrong type of person in the sense that we're trying to heal old attachment wounds, right? But I don't know. I feel very annoyed by the like, you know, oh, I have to date outside my type or whatever. Like, I think people enjoy putting human beings in boxes, and I just am, I don't know, I'm annoyed by that. Did we call couples compare happiness? No, I don't think that's really happened yet. We did call flirting with the ex just now, though, for sure. Okay, 5932, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I was feeling you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but you were the one that dropped me.
I was the one that dropped you.
Why is that?
There is nothing I want you to take personal from what I'm about to say, but when it comes to like maturity, I didn't think you were quite there. And I thought we like got to a good point, and then at the end of it, it was like my mom's friends like really fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like older women really fuck with me, and I'm like, damn, he didn't hear a word I just said.
Yeah.
And I think like beyond that was just like the objectifying.
Yeah.
Like that one date you were like, oh, I just know you're sexy. I know you're this. I know you're that.
I'm sarcastic. I like to joke around. Like if you said something to me, I'm like, damn, that's sexy. Like I don't mean it in that way. You didn't see a future in me.
I think you did.
That's totally fine.
I think you did.
But just know that like I really like talking to you.
I think you lead with your charm and your charisma.
Yeah.
Too hard.
Okay.
I think you're such like a beautiful and a deep person.
Yeah.
Like I would challenge you to lead with that.
Okay.
I remember talking about your family and they just sounded amazing. And I know you are this person that's filled with values. I think you're this person that's filled with a whole heart. Lead with that, right? Like don't lead with like, I know you're so sexy. I think that's a defense mechanism, which is maybe coming from a place of insecurity. But I'm here to tell you, like, you are the whole package. You're fantastic. And I love and I'm proud of the person that you are. And I'm proud of the growth that you've already experienced. Because you're in a position where you have a fiance.
Yeah.
But, like, you guys are growing together, but you're also growing as a person. And I think that's, like, the most beautiful part about what we're experiencing. Because I got to experience that as a single person.
Yeah.
And moving on until whatever is next.
Yeah. I'm happy where I'm at. I've learned to mature and be socially aware and like be aware of the words I say. I've learned a lot to grow as a man and mature.
I think the world of you. Like I literally tell Hannah all the time, like I can't wait to bro out with Nikki D.
Just invite me to a Ravens game, please.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I think her being kind to him instead of picking on him is probably refreshing for him. But I think that whole interaction like was really teetering on inappropriate.
I feel like you're like very angry.
Oh,
Live
boy.
it.
Yeah.
You lied again.
I didn't lie.
You said, I just liked the message and I ignored it.
Yeah.
And when people are in front of us, you're saying, well, no, I responded to it.
I don't even remember what I said, because it was more about like this thing happened, but we didn't revisit like, Garrett, what exactly did you say?
No, we did. We were outside and I
Hold
said.
on, pause. Danny, you're right. Lied about lying. Somebody lies about lying. Also, let's just be clear. If you're omitting something intentionally, especially, that's lying. Lying by omission is still lying. Okay. 1 minute and 2 seconds and 31. 1 minute, 1 hour, 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Woo. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
And you liked it. I think that's weird that you just liked it and you left ambiguity and then you didn't respond saying like shutting it down. I don't have to go through your phone.
I know. I didn't pause to think. Let me tell you like
Exactly what happened?
Word for word. Well, the response. Yeah, I did. No,
The whole thing is that it was a response. You said you just liked it.
Another point was like, me to tell you, hey, this person said this.
I will get past you not fully thinking about this, but then the fact that your story completely changed in front of other people, how is that not upsetting?
But you're saying like there's a difference between just liking it and actually responding with words. Like I didn't think there was a difference there. And I'm sorry, and I missed that.
Sir.
I apologize.
Those are facts. Those are not details. I want to be very
Yes.
fucking clear.
They're the same thing.
Those are facts versus details.
Okay.
Liking something passively is very different than being like, I am actively responding to something that you know is significant to me.
There's not a difference there.
Is there a difference?
No, there's not. Like
How is there not? There's literally a
the
prime
details are
example
the
of
facts of
what-
the situation. So
Well, I
yeah,
guess we have a difference between like what facts and details are, which like fuck.
Okay, but let's be super clear that if this happened to him, I think he would feel very differently about it, right? If he was the one who was getting fucked around on, that he would care very deeply about the level to which she disclosed whether she responded or had a conversation with or only liked the message. This is so painfully intentionally obtuse. This is just yuck. I know. I hope for the first time we get an all no, oops, all knows. Also, I missed it earlier because I was fucking with the sheet, but you're right. The conversation between Nick and Katie. Katie? Is that her name? I think it's Katie. The other woman does, in my opinion, count as actually healthy communication. So you can mark that off if you'd like to. Okay. 1 minute. Whatever. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Fucking sucks.
This is a semantics thing. The point is like.
To
I should
you?
have said-
To you?
Okay. The point is I should have told you those things. I should have told you the facts of the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You could have done this like
I know, should have
An
done.
hour
I
ago.
should have. I should have. Should have told you first thing this morning. I made a huge mistake. It eats me alive that you feel this way right now.
Bye, Lilybug. I hope therapy goes good. Yeah, I have seen the comment a couple of times now. You guys are right that she said that she wished he had responded and said, you know, I'm engaged and so, you know, I am unavailable and all of this stuff. And so it seems nonsensical for her to be upset about it. But I think what she's upset about is that he wasn't truthful about the degree to which he communicated with her. I don't think it's about the fact that he did respond, but about the fact that he lied about whether he responded or not, and that the truth about whether he responded or not came out while they were sitting in front of other people. There's the lying aspect of that, but also the humiliation of like, you dropped this news on me in front of our friends, and now I have to sit here and pretend like, oh, it's all fine and it's not bothering me, when it very much is. Also, that's why it's so weird. Like, why lie about it? Why lie about that if he knew that's what she wanted him to say? Yes, exactly, Joe. If he knew that that's what she wanted, then why would he not just say that? You know? It's all very odd. Yeah, the omission and the humiliation would get me too. I agree, Hunter. Okay. 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 26 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. I feel really bad for her in this moment.
I need to be 200% for you to like be my family. And now I'm not 200%.
I fucked up and I'm very, very sorry. You know, you said you had to be 200% to your father. If you do what you probably really feel like you want to do and like say, we're not going on a flight tomorrow.
And like, if we don't go see my parents tomorrow, like we're not doing any of this.
I know that.
It's just too many red flags, like honestly.
I think that's fair. So don't do it.
Just too much and like too little time.
You're talking about the wedding now.
I think
you
that's
can do whatever
valid.
you want to do. That'll always be true. Might fucking be absolutely crushed, of course. I'll be miserable, but I'll understand that.
It's just really weird. It doesn't really make sense to me.
I get what you're saying. I get that. The fucking problem.
Everyone sucks this season.
I know that. But I'm still the person that you knew I was before this happened. It doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change all the things we've been through. It doesn't change how I feel about you. And I've shown you all the ins and outs of me. And that is who I am. Okay?
Doesn't it though?
This thing
it does.
does not define me.
I'm pissed.
I think this changes things.
Do not tell me things. I tell you everything. And you know that's hard for me.
Yeah, especially if
I know
she
you're
has
sorry.
a past of being cheated on.
I'm just
It
like
would be
incredibly
especially important.
exhausted and confused. I'd like to know.
Good for her. Okay. All right. We did it, you guys. We did it, Joe. We made it through the episode. That shit's crazy. I agree with Taylor. I think Garrett lying about it is weird. And I think especially him switching his story and then being like, oh, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It very much does. And I think Taylor is so valid in saying that it matters to her. I saw Joe. Did she say she was done? I think the implication is that she is, but I sincerely doubt that they're actually done. Because that would mean then that Marissa and Rams and I suppose Ashley and Tyler, right? Would be the only people left standing, and Mr. lying about his children and Mr. I don't want to wear a condom. Not really great candidates for getting yeses at the altar. Thank you, Spider Jen. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think she just wants to be not on camera and wants to argue about it in the privacy of their own home. And also probably not wearing a fucking costume, which I would do. I'd be like, I'm going to take this fucking headband off. I don't want these things on my hands anymore. I want to fucking go home. Which I get. I know, I would want to see the text too. Give me your fucking phone. Since you're a lying liar who lies, you can't be trusted. Let me see it. Yeah, I don't want to fight you while you're wearing a page boy hat. Oh, yay. Okay, so we will be back. We will be watching episode 11 and episode 12 next week. So on Friday next week. Nope. Wednesday next week, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, on Wednesday, because that's when they come out. We will be watching the reunion, but I think we're going to go back to Friday streams because the reunion is not as time sensitive. It's just where all the tea comes out. So we'll watch that the Friday after, but I will update you guys with the schedule when that happens. While I was rewatching the episodes, I thought it was really interesting that Steven and Monica were the ones that talked about having each other's phone passwords. Oh, that is interesting. Oh my God. And yet here we are. Ew. Yeah, he's a walking red flag, that one. Honestly, all of them are just kind of... This Friday is the halftime show for our Snooper Bowl. No, it really is. Oh, Hannah and Nick. No, you're right. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we will be back Wednesday next week. There's no stream on Friday. I regret to inform you, but I'll be back next week for Wednesday stream. And that's it. I thought that was at me, Joe, and I was like, am I gonna what? Thank you guys. That's it. I love you all the most. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I hope you have a good weekend. Don't forget to like the stream and watch the video.